connectivity, and we're working as expeditiously as we can to make that happen.
Federal Communications Minister Michelle Rowland says it's too early to talk about compensation, but businesses should keep a paper trail.
It's important, especially for small businesses, to keep receipts so that any recourse and any redress that may be available to them has that evidentiary base.
Major banks are beginning to pass on the latest rate rise. The official cash rate is now sitting at 4.35%. NAB has announced its variable home loan rate will rise by 0.25% from next Friday. These residents admit many mortgage holders are struggling with repayments.
A lot of people are trying to find second jobs, negotiating with their employers for more income. There's a lot of options available there, but it's pretty tough.
Australian winemakers are already in China, scoping out potential markets as trade tensions between our two countries begin to ease. Beijing is now expected to lift sanctions on Australian products. Taylor's Wine's Managing Director Mitchell Taylor says it's a relief for the industry, which has been grappling with the crippling tariffs for 3 years.
We're really excited about this breakthrough. There's interest in the quality of our wines, and we've actually got the Taylor's Wine international team there looking at options within the market on where we can start to build those very important relationships.
A new advanced cancer care centre on South Terrace will serve as a one-stop shop for patients. Genesis Care formally opened today and offers integrated care and support services. Dr Marcus Driosti says the location means it's only minutes from the Cancer Council's Green Hill Lodge.
So a lot of our country patients needing to access particularly the radiation oncology services in the city will come and stay at Green Hill Lodge, and that in itself is a new centre providing fantastic accommodation. And we support a free shuttle bus that runs backwards and forwards between the two facilities for those patients.
Doctors want repeated head knocks and concussion to be noted in medical records to monitor brain trauma. Katie Fuller has more.
The Royal College of Pathologists is sounding the alarm on CTE, releasing a position statement which urges the federal government to adopt the recommendations of a Senate inquiry into sports-related head trauma. The neurodegenerative disease has been found in the brains of professional athletes who have died, including high-profile NRL and AFL players. Repeated head knocks are linked to the condition. GPs are being asked to identify patients who may be at risk of the disease to help families find answers for declining mental health or suicide. The statement also recommends limiting children under 14 to low or no contact sport.
And actor Patrick Dempsey has been named People magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for 2023. Previous winners include Mel Gibson, George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the new Paradox Rift Pokemon trading cards at Sports Card World, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Cricket and the Redbacks are 3 for 59 in their second innings at the Gabba after Queensland were all out for 238. WA have lost their first Sheffield Shield match of the season, going down to New South Wales by 10 wickets at the SCG. Meantime, Glenn Maxwell's miracle double century is being celebrated as one of the greatest ever in one-day cricket. Marcus Bontempelli is confident he'll be fit for the start of the season after undergoing ankle surgery. The AFLW has announced record attendance numbers for the home and away season as it launches the finals series. And the Crows women trained at Norwood Oval today ahead of their first qualifying final against Brisbane on Saturday. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Stay cool. Service your aircon at Automasters. And keep cool with Cool Now, Pay Later options.
Afternoon, a few collisions to look out for today. You'll find one at Salisbury Downs, Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Another one at Mile End, Henley Beach Road near James Coulter Drive and Prospect. Another smash. This one's got two cars involved, Regency Road near Prospect Road. In the Parklands, Bar Tolls Road is closed due to the upcoming Valley 500. That's between Hutt's Three Towns, Gatterville Terrace and got a Camera McGill Road at McGill. Grab yourself a lunch baguette combo at Muffin Break. Choose any baguette and a small coffee for just $14 all day, every day at Muffin Break. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy this afternoon, sunny tomorrow 29, up to 35 on Friday before a cooler change Saturday and down to 24. Right now it's 25 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, Optus slammed over its national outage. How to claim compensation. Police protection. 2 Adelaide cops investigated over the arrest of a frail care home resident, but we're banned from showing you what happened. Armed and disguised. See a city jewellery thief's heist. And calls to stop kids playing contact sport. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G.
6 after 4, welcome along on this Wednesday afternoon. Geez, we are flying through the week. It's a lovely warm one as well. Stephen Rowe, Timmy G, good afternoon.
Yes, I have said in the past, Wacky Wednesday, and
Yeah.
you obviously need that reminder.
Well,
young man.
you know what's good? I'd rather be a day behind than day ahead because this week will fly now.
Yes, you're right. But a lot of people said you've been a day behind for longer than this.
Yeah, right.
Gee, interesting theory, that one. All right,
Very
right you are.
interesting, yes, indeed. Hey, well, welcome to Wednesday, everybody. I know some of you have had some difficulties out there with some networks being down and the like, so hopefully you're back online and able to live life normally. But if you are tuning in, thank you very much. And if you can call in, lines are always open, 8223 0000. Got a really good show for you tonight, a happy one, I reckon. Starting off with my happiness, just holding it up to the live stream. That is a Rusden's 2020 Black Guts. That was dropped in by our good friend Marco, who man of his word, lost a bet to me, and he's brought it in. But he had a great day on the punt yesterday, so he was over the moon himself. But Marco, I'm just going to let you know, I'm going to hang on to that, because I'm pretty sure we'll have another bet, and there's a fair chance I'll lose. So I'll keep hold of that, just in case. I'll put it in the drawer, mate, or keep it in the right temperature.
That's rolled gold right there.
That is rolled gold, isn't it? 2022.
Oh,
so
God.
Very nice. First of all, welcome, Stephen. Have you had a good day? I'll tell you what, had a good night.
Well, let's start with Glenn Maxwell. Truly unbelievable. And I regret yesterday calling him no-show.
Well, yeah, you should, because let's face it.
It was unbelievable.
We had a little discussion on selection, and you questioned it, I reckon. Let's have a listen last night. There.
No, it doesn't seem to be playing. Sorry.
No, that's a bummer.
I apologise, boys.
Well, it was the biggest 8-wicket partnership in a one-day cricket game in history. Not just a World Cup, but in history. So that's incredible. Then it was the greatest one-day score by an Australian in a one-day international. So Glenn Maxwell, 201 not out. Next best was Shane Watson, 185 not out. So you can just see what an incredible performance it was. It's been described as one of the greatest individual sporting performances that you'll ever see. So quite amazing. But you've got the selection chat last night?
I've got the highlights from last night if you'd like to hear
I'd like to hear the highlights.
Australia in deep trouble, 91 for 7. Oh yes, the fight's on. The fight is on from Glenn Maxwell. He's decided it might be his night.
Oh, he's played that on one leg. How he's played that on one leg, he may only be the one to tell you.
Done it again. Where is this coming from? Oh my goodness gracious me. Where do you get that from? This is not natural. It is far from that. It's gone way back. Maxwell into the 180s. Far enough, is it? Yes, it is by a metre. Maxwell moves into the 190s. It is just the most astonishing run chase you'll ever see. Crashes that through the offside for 4 more. They won't stop that either. Maxwell to 195. Australia just need 5.
And you know what's going to happen? A 6 to bring up 200 and win the game.
Everybody here's on their feet. And Maxwell hits it high. Can it make it? It does make it. Glenn Maxwell. Unbelievable. The most remarkable thing you'll probably ever see in cricket. Staggering. Absolutely mind-blowing. What a win. And he should not have to walk off the park. He should be carried off.
Unbelievable, 128 ball knock, 201 runs. Some of the superlatives there were amazing. This is not natural. The most astonishing thing you'll ever see. It was amazing.
Yeah, there's 6-minute highlight reel of it. When Cummins come to the crease, Maxwell's on 22. I think he was 30 off 34, 60 off 60. He was 132 when cramps set in. And I mean full body cramps.
Couldn't move his legs.
Did not move his legs for that next to get to 201. It was unbelievable. This is what I think. Glenn Maxwell can drink as many long necks, tumble off as many golf buggies as he likes if he bats like that. That is a once-in-a-generation knock. So kids, if you're there and you go to cricket training tonight and the coach says, mate, you've got to get your footwork right. You've got to get your front foot to the pitch of the ball, and you've got to, you got to do all these things with your legs. No. You know what you need? An eye like a dead fish.
And that's what he's got.
His hand-eye coordination was nothing short of unbelievable.
It was incredible to watch. Just staggering.
A miracle.
Absolutely. We were 7 for 91 when he went in. 7 for 91, chasing a massive 287 or something. And you go, how does he do that? His hand-eye is quite amazing.
I want people to say, would they rather Bevan knock it around and get the singles and get the strike and do what he did to win so many games for Australia, or this bloke just to whack him over the fence? 10 sixes.
You've got to admit the grounds are slightly different to the MCG.
And the bats.
Because
it's a different
the
era.
Bats are definitely different. But, you're talking some boundaries are like 45 metres, so it's easier to knock them over there than it is the MCG.
So we were thinking miracle sporting performances. Any level, any sport, any time, any day, any. 822 300 We've got a $50 Powers voucher. Now, have you got one?
Look, I do. I think if you're talking, the greatest individual sporting performances, I think if I always go back to Sanford when we grew up and watched it in its halcyon days.
Because it was close to our heart.
Absolutely. But this is a hard one for me to actually say because the man absolutely destroyed the club I love. And it was the 1976 Grand Final.
Oh, I know the one.
The Jumbo Prince Rick Davies. He destroyed us. And he had, just have a listen to this for stats. Now, he's rucking, okay? He's rucked for the game. 21 kicks, 21 handballs, 21 hit-outs, 15 marks and a goal.
Wow.
Absolutely destroyed us.
Down towards the centre half line. It's the man at the moment. Davies. Down towards the centre wing. Davies. Comes down to Bagshaw. Sets up the big one. Davies again. He'll look for a body. Smile. Oh, he's kicked the goal instead.
There you go. What a performance. It was amazing. I don't think I've seen a better individual grand final performance than that.
No, I tend to agree. So Maxwell's miracle sporting performance, have you got one? Here's mine. Taylor Walker's 10 goals versus West Coast round 13.
Handball down to Keys for Walker. Walker's going to get 8! He's got 8! Phil Thorpe to Walker! Yeah!
250 games, he's got 8. You'll hear the roar. He comes in, bang. Walker's there. He got shepherded off the ball.
Walker goal! He's got 2! Listen to the roar! 40,000 fans to their feet. Every player's hugging him. Taylor Walker has played the perfect game.
That was incredible. Maybe the game was a bit different compared to the grand final of 1976.
They were the bottom team.
Yeah,
he stood a peanut.
His peanut was, Well, anyway, he kicked 10. That was a special performance. Some great, unique homestyle foods texts running in. Viv Richards made 189 in 1984, facing Bob Willis, Ian Botham, not facing Chaka Khan, he reckons. So he's not happy with that. Belinda Clark made the highest one-day score for Australia, which is correct. This is the men's.
Century,
this was the men's highest score.
We did say men's.
Clarify that, and thank you.
Read the last one. That's
don't
funny.
forget Cummins. He made 12 runs off 68 deliveries in the slowest strike rate for an Australian batter making 10 or more in a one-day international. So there's records falling everywhere.
God.
All he had to do was stay in, and he did his job. But, hey, fellas, I'm blaming Glenn Maxwell for the Optus outage. I reckon I woke up in the middle of the night, saw the end of his innings, an amazing win, but then Optus went out shortly after. Just a coincidence? I think not. But how's this one? Hooks, he never moved his feet in 20 years of cricket.
It is.
It's actually a good call.
Well,
he got accused of that all the time.
Hand-eye coordination is everything. And Maxwell's innings was a miracle. It was a freak sporting moment.
Absolutely magic. So, give us a call, 8223 0000. Let us know. Some others out there that just incredible individual performances that you've ever seen.
Out of the box.
Yeah, out of the box stuff, There's got to be a few more. I know. A couple definitely in BBL. history.
yes.
And, there's a few of those.
We can think of
floating
one here in
around,
Adelaide,
so
can't we?
One in Adelaide on a very special night, I reckon. So, give us your calls and bring them in. So that'll be great. WBBL Strikers we're just talking about, they're playing at Karen Rolton Oval tonight, 6:30pm, against the Renegades. The Renegades only got one win, but guess who that was against?
Us.
So we owe them one.
Come on, back to back.
I know we'll be going up to the Gabba a bit later on with Tim Nielsen, but the Redbacks, 5 declared for 359. Queensland in reply, 238. So that's a lead of 121. And currently we are back in. 3 for 66, which... Yeah, it's not a great start, is it?
187 runs. So how many do we need to be in front? 300?
You'd like to be 300 in front.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
With a day and a bit of a session to go.
So maybe Tim
So put
Nielsen
your foot down,
give us
boys.
an update there. That'd be terrific. So excellent, mate. Give us a call. We've got plenty of calls waiting, so let's get to them.
We will. 16 minutes after 4 here on your Wednesday afternoon. As you said, where are they now to be on a little later on? Bharat Sundaresan is live in India to tell us how it was to witness Glenn Maxwell and that brilliance with his own eyes. Nicole Livingston from the AFLW, she's the CEO, the final start this weekend. And, of course, we are also after your calls. 8223 0000. We've got the lines open right now, so get involved in the show. $50 Powers voucher up for grabs, and I reckon we'll give away a 36ers family pass as well for the best caller tonight too.
You know what we've got to do too? Get the bowlers of the best team, Australian Test team of the 80s.
So we did our batters yesterday. We have the top 5 locked in.
Correct.
Now we're after the best bowlers of the 1980s. Who can you think of at the top of your head?
Terry Alderman?
The 80s.
Oh, great bowler.
Craig McDermott?
Yep, Craig McDermott. Yep. Don't
Who
name
else?
them all.
Jeff Lawson?
Give a few to the listeners,
They will.
Rowie, if that's all right.
Our listeners, you are our selectors. You are naming the team. 8223 0000. Get involved in the show at 17 after 4.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. The 2023 AFLW finals are here, and 5AA is the only station that has it covered.
Kick on goal!
Done it.
After taking out the minor premiership, the Adelaide Crows will be pushing for an incredible 4th premiership trophy.
The gutsiest football you'll see this team play.
Catch all the action of the AFLW finals as we get behind our inspirational Adelaide Crows.
5AA is your home for AFLW football.
No way!
Only on Adelaide's 5AA.
Deck the halls, dining table and more with thoughtful gifts from Maya, like the latest in cookware or dazzling home decor that'll elevate any space. Shop in-store or at maya.com.au. And this, Chrissy, make your merry meaningful.
Maya, my store. Good pals are hard to find, but at Parafield Airport Liquor Store, hard to find is our specialty. Whether you're after old reliable pals or want some new pals, Sam, Jamie and the team know just the pals for you. They've made pals with over 200 gins, over 300 craft beers, over 500 whiskies from around the world, and over 2,000 wines. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Open till late 7 days. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Now, Rowie, spring has sprung well and truly. We've got beautiful weather, so this is the time to go out the back. Go and have a look in your shed, right? Or your workshop. Have a look around home even. And if you see storage space just begging there, just looking at you, well, get into Sharman Shelving. They love turning any space into storage space and all look good as well. So Bill or Christine, they'll come out to your home, office, workshop, shed. They'll measure up, design, deliver and assemble the perfect storage solution and in a great range of colours, whatever you want.
Whether it's your business, retail, home, trade, they're the best. Goodbye space, hello storage space. You won't have to lift a finger. And if you're like me, you just point.
Yeah.
Billy, hey!
Pretty please.
And then he measures it up. You're going to have
Use
a little
your
coffee
manners.
or a
That's a given.
Yeah,
That's a given.
Yeah. Billy, hey! I didn't do that. I love Billy. He's an absolute ripper. Look, it's all done for you. Actually, you may have to just point the space, as I said, convert it into what you want. I keep telling you, mine's L-shaped. It's got the Red Legs logo, red and blue, fishing money and tools. The other. Oh, God, I love it.
Yeah, and this is the time to do it. When you come to Storage Solutions, everyone needs a little Sharman in their life. So call into the showroom at 412 North East Road, Windsor Gardens, or visit sharmanshelving.com.au or take a look on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future. to build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynandrews.com.au.
Mawson Lakes Mazda's 2023 plate clearance sale is on now. Discover amazing deals across the entire range, including free on-road costs on all cars. That's right, free on-road costs across the entire Mazda range. Hurry in to find your perfect model and colour. The sooner you get to the showroom, the better your chance of scoring your dream car. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city, Salisbury Highway.
The roller door doctor, this is Nurse Tracy.
I need help. It's making weird noises when it goes up.
Sounds like it needs a service.
A service?
Yeah, and if it's broken, we can install a new garage door for you. At the Roller Door Doctor, we have everything you need to get it up again.
The Roller Door Doctor, helping SA get it up for over 30 years. Contact the Roller Door Doctor for garage door repairs, service and installation. therollerdoordoctor.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
21 minutes after 4. Get involved in the show. Lines are open, 8223 0000. We're asking you for those miracle sporting moments in sport. Individual efforts, maybe even a team perhaps, but those out-of-the-box experiences that you have that you'd never think would happen, once in a lifetime. 8223 0000. We'll get to them next. First, your traffic. Find your dream home at Rossdale Homes Display Villages. Location and times at rossdalehomes.com.au.
Afternoon at Salisbury Downs, a crash on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Mylenda crash there too, Henley Beach Road near James Cogden Drive, and a two-car collision at Prospect, Regency Road near Prospect Road. In the Parklands, Bartels Road is closed due to the upcoming Valet 500. That's between Hutt Street and Kettleville Terrace. And look out for camera today, George Street at Parkside. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary when it's brought to you by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app today. Chances are you're about to lose. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Looking for the best evers? Let's go to Anthony at Plimpton Park. G'day, Ant.
G'day, Timmy. How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. Good. What do you got for us?
Yeah, good. Michael Bevan in the New Year's match in 1996 against the West Indies.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one they had to hit a 4 off the last ball?
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
What a cracking shot.
They were losing wickets right, left and centre, and Michael Bevan was there, and he steered them home.
Yeah, he did that a lot, didn't he? Thanks, Anthony.
Well done, mate.
That's one out the box. Hello, Mark.
G'day, guys. Best test match I ever seen was Santhers versus Curia. It was one of those semi-finals, and it just kept going until about 2:45, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the thing was with Santhers, because his coach died, you see the tears coming out of his eyes. He was determined to win that game at all costs, and it just kept going and kept going. Somebody had to crack, but he didn't crack. So, nearly four and a half hours of tennis.
Outstanding. I think the record was not long after that. There was a a singles match at Wimbledon, and I think it's the only match to go across 3 days because they kept playing and they kept getting rain delayed and they kept playing. And I think the end result was like 29-27 in the fifth. It's a true story. Two guys you'd never be able to name.
No.
I'm telling you. Look it up, Sam. Look it up while we talk to Shane. G'day, Shane.
Yeah, g'day, lads. Great show. I remember back in 1975, Glenelg Oval, the Bays booted 49 goals against Central District.
They did.
And a man called Freddie Phillips kicked 18 of those goals.
That is true. That is true. That's spot on, Shane.
That is unbelievable.
Wow. Still, I reckon the dying moments of that game, Shane, correct me if I'm wrong, but I reckon Snout McFarlane's had a shot and it hit the post. Is that correct, to get the 50th goal?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you wanted them to break that, to get that 50, didn't you? Just like cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have held the bat up more than that.
That's a great...
We're speaking to somebody with Where Are They Now that kicked what at Footy Park? The
16
record.
at Football Park. It's still the record.
See
That's
if you
our
can
Where Are They Now guest at 5. So that'll be awesome.
Sneaky.
Beautiful. We've got Philip at Cadell. G'day, Philip.
G'day, boys. I actually... I did come up with a sporting moment at the last moment, but the reason I was ringing up was last night's performance. And just quickly on that, McFarlane hitting the post at Glenelg Oval, when they had an anniversary of that, they gave him another kick from wherever it was. I think it was 50-year anniversary or something. And he did exactly the same. He hit the post.
Oh, that's a miracle.
And but last night's game, before I give you my sporting moment, that Glenn Maxwell, he got his first 50, took him 51 balls. Second 50, 25 balls. Third 50, 28. And if that wasn't enough, his final 50, where he went from, because he was on 151 after he hit a 4, he went to 201 in 24 balls.
Oh, it was just without moving his feet.
Yeah, it was mental.
Unbelievable. As good as
What's your moment?
A sporting moment. Let's go with Steve Bradbury and everything falling over in front of him.
Yeah, but that wasn't a
winning
magical
the gold
moment.
medal.
He was just.
You wouldn't say it was a great
That's a different
individual performance, would you?
Yeah, this is a performance out the box. Bit like Steve Waugh's last 100 at the SCG, the Red Hanky match, where he got a ton, which I'm sure John from Port Augusta is going to need.
Johnny.
Johnny.
I don't think so, boys. We're talking about players, aren't we? Brian Lara, 400 in Test cricket and 501 in first class. The most talented player I've ever seen. Viv Richards is the best batsman I've ever seen. Wow. But Brian Lara is arguably the most talented player I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he made 400 in Test cricket against England in 1994 in the Caribbean and 501 for Warwickshire, Worcestershire or something or other in the county cricket.
Yeah.
He's the most talented batsman I've seen.
Well done, Johnny.
I saw Brian Lara...
named his first daughter Sydney.
Is that right? Yeah, you're right.
I had his number. I used to try and get him on, and then he blocked me.
I saw him... well, fair enough. I saw him...
Who's this Rowie?
Well, I met him at one of those chairman's dinners in the
right.
Sacras, and I sat next to him, and God, did we bond. Sunk a few reds, we were talking red, and I thought, mate, do you want to come on air the next day? And 3 or 4 years ago, yeah, no worries. Oh, God, I hounded him. We'll get Brian Lara. He doesn't do interviews.
That's right.
He
Well, I
blocked
saw
me.
him interviewed, and
Yeah, got to be in it to win it.
I hounded him.
But he was actually asked about, when he first started, and he said, I was very humbled to be walking into the room with such legends and the like. And anyway, he reckons he went to the locker and he just put all his gear in the locker, and then he sort of went about to get a drink or something like that, and then Sir Vivian walked in and went into what is his locker.
Oh, no.
Saw somebody's gear in there.
Kiddie mistake.
Grabbed all the gear and threw it over the balcony. And Brian just looked around and they said, yeah, that's Viv's locker.
Yeah. So who carries whose bag now?
Well, that's right.
There
Yeah,
you
good
go.
point. Yeah,
You've got to
but
be careful.
He went down and picked them up.
Unique home-style food text. Dougie Walters, 100 in the session at the Wacky. Yes.
Good.
David Warner's done the same.
He has too.
well done, Tom.
I'd like this one from Pete because I remember this game. I called it. What about the big day out that Roo had? This is Mark Rasciuto in Showdown 7. He turned it on, 40-odd disposals and 5 goals. God, when he was on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I reckon it was at a point where Port had been sort of dominating those showdowns, and it was almost as if after half-time Roo said, it's not going to happen again. I'll take over, and he did. That's talk about leading from the front.
Unbelievable.
And that tennis match you were talking about earlier, Tim, 2010 Wimbledon first-round match. Is this the one you're referring to?
Yep.
John Isner and Nicolas Mahut from
Told
France.
you wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't. It did go across 3 days, played across 11 hours. The final set, it's a lot more than you said, it was 70-68.
Oh, no.
There you go.
No.
70-68.
Wow. Now that is an incredible
That'll never
individual
get beaten.
performance.
That's at
That'll
3
never get
games.
70-68.
Yeah, dead set.
I thought it was ridiculous at the number I said. I can't believe that.
Some sort of extraordinary tie-break.
Wow. Those two
That's
fellas, they
extraordinary.
were exhausted.
That's a miracle.
Yeah, that is a miracle game.
29 minutes after 4. We'll get to the headline. More of your calls very shortly.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowie and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Optus services are still being restored after the biggest telecommunications outage in the country's history. The NAB has become the first major bank to pass on the latest rate rise. A lawyer for Kathleen Folbig has welcomed the release of the final report from an inquiry which led to her being pardoned. And in sport, the AFLW has announced record attendance numbers for the home and away season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Stay cool. Service your aircon at Automasters. And keep cool with Cool Now, Pay Later options.
At Salisbury Downs, a crash, Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Mile End, another collision there. Henley Beach Road near James Cogden Drive. And Prospect, another smash, Regency Road near Prospect Road. In the Parklands, Bartels Road is closed due to the upcoming Valet 500. That's between Hutt Street and Takitavuk Terrace. Look out for a camera of the Savo, South Terrace in the city. Don't miss your opportunity for an exceptional offer on a new Audi. The Audi Open House Sale event ends November 30 at your preferred Audi dealer. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA weather, clear tonight, down to 11, sunny and 29 tomorrow. Right now it's 26. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
Almost 400 schools will either be closed or offer a modified program tomorrow when teachers strike. The timing of this is just so pig-headed and dumb.
Informing Adelaide.
And I've never seen so many anti-teacher comments. Overwhelmingly, I reckon 80 to 90% of them, that's on the AEU, through years of dogged commitment to being utter pedants and clock watchers. But they've saved the worst to last with this strike.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
It's Black Friday month at Cheap as Chips.
Cheap as Chips.
Fan of savings? Grab a ceiling fan for just $57. Be blown away by a bargain when you score a petrol blower for just $87. Save $42. Give hair care costs a cut with 40% off Prinetti hair appliances. And save $40 on the Prinetti coffee pod machine. Now only $59. Get Black Friday savings for the entire month of November at Cheap as Chips. In store and online.
This week's half-price specials at Foodland. Men's fruit chocks 125 to 150 grams. Everyone's fave for just $2.75. Smith's thinly cut chips 175 grams. We're keeping prices thin, only $2.40. And Golden Circle fruit drink 1 litre. A refreshing golden deal, just $1.30. Till November 14th while stocks last.
Great food lives here. Foodland, the mighty South Aussies, yeah.
23 to 5. Now, next time you buy seafood from the deli section of your supermarket, give yourself an uppercut. Look at that. Give yourself a crusty. You want a crusty? Is? Bang. It's a clenched fist crack on top of you. Oh, gee. That rattled. Oh, is that what you called them? Yeah. We called them crusties. Chances are, look, they're not going to know where they caught it because unlike our mates, our cobbers, the best in business at Kirkbride Seafood, your supermarket won't have to contact details of the person who caught the damn thing or what time they caught it, where they caught it, what temperature the ice was and when they got it landed. And they won't know any of that.
And the fish's name. Anyway, I've been out to Kirkbride Seafood myself and they are just the most wonderful people.
Great
Reese
team.
there is a terrific bloke, runs the show, but I reckon his mum does, Karen. She's in there. She's one of the most, salt of the earth people you ever meet. And they can't help you enough when you get inside there. They show you all the beautiful produce they got there. Now, what do you want? What do you want to cook tonight? How do you want to do it? They always help you with dinner suggestions. I always lean towards the marinara mix because it's the best I've ever had, and that is Scouts on it, hand up. Kirkbride Seafood, the best. Doothie Street only. Look at their sign because they change it regularly and they got specials all the time. Or jump online at kirkbrideseafood.com.au.
Zambrero is so good, but it's about to get better with free burritos. Yep, Zambrero's celebrating their grand opening today at Manopara, and they have 1,000 free burritos to give away from 11 a.m. today only. That's some seriously feel-good Mex. Enjoy burritos, tacos and nachos with fresh, delicious ingredients at Zambrero Manopara, 791 Main North Road.
At SEW Eurodrive, quality, service and delivery is entrenched in our DNA. We're the driving force in creating a competitive advantage for our customers. Visit sew-eurodrive.com.au, driving Australian industry since 1982.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Because I was cramping in one of my toes, which was sort of going up the front of my shin. As I sort of set off to try and get down the other end, I cramped in my calf as well, so I was cramping both sides of my lower leg. And as I went, oh no, I'm cramping, I cramped in my left hamstring at the same time. So I was like, I've got both legs, and then I had a back spasm when I hit the ground.
Oh, it was all happening for Glenn Maxwell last night, a record-breaking evening in Mumbai.
Well, it was genius. It was all things. It was a miracle. Let's cross to Bharat Sundaresan, friend of show. He's live in India for the big show. Barat, thanks for your time. Glenn Maxwell, 201, not out. All I can say is wow.
And you know who else said wow, Roy? It was Pat Cummins. As he walked into the press conference room, I just stood there. We just bumped into each other's way before he entered the room, looked at each other, and both of us just at the same time went wow. But the two of us weren't the only ones. I think everyone at the Wankhede, everyone around the cricket world, not just went wow last night. I think they're going to go wow many, many more times before what Glenn Maxwell achieved last night really sinks in.
Yeah. From about 132 to 201, he could not and did not move his feet. His legs look painted on. He has an eye on him like a dead fish.
It's ironic, right? Like whenever there's a moment in time when it comes to sport, people say build a man a statue. But here, Glenn Maxwell was already his statue form. It felt like because he wasn't moving, and he really like got rid of the whole diktat of you need footwork to succeed in cricket as a batter. And it's not just the fact that he was somehow miraculously just getting an edge here or an edge there. He was hitting some monster sixes, and to generate that kind of power with his hands and his forearms, that man's a freak. He's not normal. Like which is one of the reasons why we've always known how special Glenn Maxwell is, and then he pulls off something like that, and you're like, that's right, that's Glenn Maxwell.
And Barat, they always say that you need a little bit of luck in times, and catches win matches is another cliche. They really did let him off the hook, didn't they? A couple of dropped chances, but one that was particularly easy that would have put Australia 8 for 112 with Maxwell out of the picture. So that was costly.
You would say so. And it's almost like one of those guys who missed a penalty or, scored a self-goal in soccer, right? That's how we felt for Mujibur Rahman, who, has been a star for Afghanistan and what has been a brilliant tournament for them at that point. And you're right. I mean, when the time the dropped catch goes down, or even before that, when Glenn Maxwell is given out, and he's convinced that he's out and he's walking off, and Pat Cummins makes him review it, and then he has to kind of walk back once it shows the balls bouncing too high. I think it was almost, you say it's meant to be way too often in life about a lot of things, but this, I guess, was just meant to be. We were just meant to be there. And like Pat Cummins said, we'll always talk about, I was there when Glenn Maxwell pulled it off.
Yeah, good call. Was there any truth to the rumour that after the innings that he was that cramped up that they brought out a golf cart and got him on the back of it and took him off? Is there any truth to that rumour? Did he fall off again?
Back on. Look, the way his body was, I don't think even if he got concussed, he would have really realized it if that were to happen. But no, he spoke to us, just the clip that you played out just before I came on. He spoke to us, just kind enough to speak to us from the dressing room. Like he somehow managed to come to the edge of the dressing room, and he spoke to us at the Wankhede. His body didn't look good. This is just before he went into the ice bath. And you could see, he was dazed as much as we were. Like, even he wasn't able to fathom what had just happened. And it'll take him a few days. You can see that the entire world is really up in arms about calling it the greatest ODI knock ever. And Sachin Tendulkar has said that. So we can't argue with him, can we? So, and that too, he did it, Glenn Maxwell did it in front of the Sachin Tendulkar statue as well, not to forget.
Well, it's as good as I've ever seen. You're a proud South Aussie like us, Barat. Josh Inglis, a golden ball duck, a big quack, quack, quack. Has he done enough to keep our man Kerry out?
I would have said yes, Roy, till maybe before this game, just because he's got a 50, he's got a couple of crucial lower order runs or lower order scores. But now we're getting into the big game, right? Australia and South Africa semi-final. All we're waiting to see is whether that match happens right here in Mumbai or in Calcutta. Australia do have Bangladesh before that, but that's not going to change who they're going to play in the semi-final. So you would think that it's time for Alex Carey to come back. Even yesterday, when the wickets started falling and Inglis walked out, you just kind of got that feeling. And this, even leaving my South Australian biases aside, you just felt like Australia would have been more comfortable if it was Alex Carey and not Josh Inglis. So, and I really think the time has come for him to come back, and he's such a leader in this side as well. So it would be great to have him back as well, with Travis Head at the top.
Well, I say we purposely lose against Bangladesh, and that would make England not qualify for the 2015 Champions Trophy. Barat, do you agree with that statement?
I don't even think you'll have to do that because the Netherlands are definitely going to beat England in Pune before Australia even arrive in the city this evening. Just how poor England have been. I mean, all I can say is I want England to lose not just tonight but also to Pakistan so that Pakistan qualify. We also get that India-Pakistan semi-final that everybody wants.
Yeah.
And more selfishly, I get to come back to Mumbai for Australia-South Africa.
Oh, you're a great man. You stay safe over there, Bharat. We love your work.
Thank you so much, Roy. I guys have a great time, and I can't wait to get back.
Fantastic. The coloured shirt man, Bharat Sundaresan. God, he's great. Live in India.
Legend. We're going to go straight north to Queensland to find out what's going on with the Redbacks. Get the head of high performance on the line, Tim Nielsen. G'day, Timmy.
Hello, Tim. How are you, mate?
Good, buddy. Good. Before we do get on to what's happening up there, mate, did you get to see any of the Glenn Maxwell innings? It was a bit late for you guys.
It was a bit late for me, I can promise you. Funnily enough, I was watching it and fell asleep and then woke up to see about the last 2 balls that he smacked for 6 and then worked out he'd made 200. So I didn't sleep much. I was trying to work out how you do that. So, that's a decent day out, that, isn't it?
You just went straight to the punchline of the joke, didn't you, mate? You didn't bother with the story.
No,
classic.
Exactly.
Hey, mate, interesting situation we're in right now. Had a terrific first innings. Of course, Henry Hunt leading the way there with 162 and McSweeney getting 100 as well. But we got them out for 238. That's terrific. But we're trying to probably make quick runs. We're 5 for 76. Can you describe where we're at right now?
Probably not ideal, to be honest with you.
No.
Yeah, it would have been nice to be 2 for 76 or maybe 5 for 176 and have a lead of about 300, which I think, given the nature of the wicket, anything over 300 will be a decent chase. They'll have to play really well and we'll probably have to bowl not so well. But yeah, they're a good side, Queensland. We had a really good first innings, and for the first time this year, our top order really did click together and we were able to score in difficult conditions. It's been pretty damp, it's been overcast, and the wicket was a bit slow and sort of tennis ballish on the first day, so it was hard to score. They did a good job today. McAndrew got his 5 and did a really good job there. So we knocked them over with a lead, and now we've just given probably the momentum that we've gained over the first couple of days. We've just handed them an opportunity to get back into the game here. So we just need a couple of partnerships to try and straighten the ship up and get us that lead over 300 if we can.
So what's the plan? Will you try to declare if you have wickets in hand tonight, or you'll bat early in the morning? What do you think it'll do?
Yeah, there's some extra overs, Rowie, for the next couple of days because of the rain we've had in the first couple of days. And I can't tell you exactly how many it'll be, but I know they can play to 6 o'clock Brisbane time, which is maybe even 6:30 if we're making up some time. So we'll just see where it gets to tonight. At the moment, we're probably putting the declaration thoughts out of our mind and just need a couple of partnerships to allow us to make that decision rather than the innings being forced upon us. But with some extra overs tomorrow as well, I reckon it's a minimum of probably 104 overs rather than 96 tomorrow. So we might, if we had to bat for a little bit of time tomorrow, to probably sneak us over that I suppose, period where we're going to feel a bit safer and give ourselves a proper chance to defend. We could do that, and that still allows 95, 96, 90 overs still allows you to have 2 new balls, which is important up there, and it gives you enough time if they do lose a couple of wickets and decide they're going to close up shop. You've got time to try and weasel them out as well. So it's very much in the balance at the moment, and as I say, it'll be nice for these two that are in to get a partnership, and for the bottom or the second half of the batting order to wag a bit for us.
Yeah, well done. So not out Jack Fraser McGurk. Well, we know he can swing the bat. 1 from 9, and young Harry Nielsen, he's always good at the crease, 2 for 6. Tim, thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys. Good on you. Cheers.
Great work. We're up by 197 runs. So we need 300. There's the magic number.
That's the
whether we get there tonight or early tomorrow, then we just need our bowlers to roll out 10 wickets. You know what? Cannot possibly.
No,
Tim.
don't you dare.
No,
You've already put us in this situation.
Possibly.
Stop it.
When you said that, we're 5 for now because of that.
I haven't said it at all today.
Not today. You said it yesterday.
Well,
every
I did.
other day.
It was
Both
every
first
other
2
day.
days, I think.
Okay, I won't say it.
Good.
Let's and they both all thanks to Parafield Airport Liquor as well, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. If you're after that special drop, trust your pals to have it. Life is better with your pals. And as you can see on the Foodland live stream, they have
from pals.
Can you get Rusden wines from pals? I'm sure you can. They can do everything. They've got
No, they
every
do. That's where you
single
get it
drop.
from.
What are you, silly?
Every single drop.
God,
what's wrong with him? Come on, mate. Pals.
Gee whiz.
They do everything, mate.
It's a question for you to answer.
hey, what day is it today?
It is Wednesday. I've just caught up.
Timmy told me to say that. Come on,
15
mate.
minutes to 5. Let's check your traffic out there. Find your dream home at Rossdale Homes Display Villages. Location and times at rossdalehomes.com.au.
A few collisions to look out for today. You find one at Salisbury Downs on the Salisbury Highway near Spains Road. Another one at Mile End, Henley Beach Road near James Conklin Drive. And another smash at Prospect, Regency Road near Prospect Road. In the Parklands, Bartels Road is closed due to the upcoming Valley 500 between Hutt Street and Kettleville Terrace, with cameras today at Teal Highway, Kapunda and South Terrace in the city. Boost performance with Bauer Fine Sports Compression and Supports, German engineered and trusted by the highest levels of Aussie sports. Call or visit 13knees.com.au today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowie and Timmy G. The city comes alive with Feast 2023, Adelaide's premier LGBTQIA plus arts and cultural festival. Now in its 26th year, celebrate diversity, love and inclusivity from the 1st to the 19th of November. Explore shows from over 500 artists, including cabaret, drag, visual art, poetry, comedy, film, burlesque, music and dance. For more information, visit the event page at 5AA.com.au or check out feast.org.au. Proudly supported by Adelaide's 5AA.
G'day, it's Rory Sloan. The Kluger 7-seat SUV is here to move your family and to move you. It's an SUV that knows you expect practicality, but want luxury and beautiful design too. There's no need to wait for the kids to grow up. You can have your dream car now. This 7-seater has flexible cargo space thanks to the folding second and third rows. Take a test drive of the new Kluger today at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Proudly celebrating 21 years of great deals.
In tough times, it's the simple things that make a big difference. Like $17 schnitzel days at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. We know the humble schnitty can't fix all our problems, but we do know it'll put a smile on your dial. $17 schnitties Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. Making the world a better place. One schnitty at a time. Got to start somewhere. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
The Roller Door Doctor, this is Nurse Tracy.
I seem to have a little issue down south.
That's okay, we do all areas.
You do? Well, I can't seem to get it up anymore.
No problem. At the Roller Door Doctor, we do all types and brands of garage doors, so we can help you get it up again.
The Roller Door Doctor, helping SA get it up for over 30 years. Contact the Roller Door Doctor for garage door repairs, service and installation. therollerdoordoctor.com.au.
With energy prices continuing to soar, Solar Heart is helping smart Australians soak up more sunshine, store more energy, and save more money on every bill. And right now, you can save up to $750 on Solar Heart solar power systems. The bigger the system, the bigger the saving. But with government incentives set to reduce, it pays to get in quick. Don't settle for soaring energy prices. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's Peter and Justin Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Justin, I'm announcing our exceptional sale.
What's exceptional about it?
Customers save up to 25% on exceptional Norwegian brands like Stressless and IMG, and Australian brands which they can customise to their own exceptional taste. They'll save up to 25% across the store.
Is there anything that's not on sale?
Nope, no exceptions.
That's exceptional.
For a few days only at Berkowitz.
The Furniture Family.
Mile End Homemaker Centre.
That's the sound of an absolute scorcher coming our way. And it's your reminder to check out the deals at Costa Air. Costa Air's consultants and installers are weather nerds. They have to be, because air conditioning is their business. They'll make the next scorcher feel like a bit of a fizzer. Join hundreds of Adelaide households and don't pay the higher price. Pay the Costa Air price. Go to costaair.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 11 minutes to 5. Where are they now? Coming up after 5 o'clock. And keep your calls coming in. We're asking for those miraculous sporting moments and memories across the years.
It is 10 to 5. Who sings this?
That's David Bowie.
It
Let's
is
Dance.
too. Let's
It's a great film clip too,
Look at
because
that.
filmed in Australia.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
You are a walking, talking, sandful 70s, 80s encyclopedia and a music savant.
A savant's a good
Wow,
word.
that's pretty good for you, Roy.
Good
Is
word.
it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Spell it.
Savant. No, I can't.
Is it a PS or a S?
No idea.
Yeah, no idea. Hello, Warren. We're just trying to, show how intelligent we are.
Ah, Warren.
A miracle sporting performance.
I think it has to stand out would be Dizzy Gillespie's 201.
Have you been talking to him?
Didn't he go in as a ferret, which is after the bunnies?
Yep.
Yeah.
He went in as a night watchman ferret.
Correct.
And they thought, oh, he's an easy one. We'll send him straight back. Then he walked off racing his bat at 201.
Yeah, correct. No, he still talks to people. I think somebody made a 200, and
every time someone makes a 200, he texts them and he says, "Welcome to the 200 club." And there's always a big essay. It's fantastic. He's the captain of the 200 club,
and why not?
And rightly so.
Well played, Warren.
Thanks,
Excellent.
mate. He's got a statue.
Let's go to Frank. G'day, Frank.
Hey, how you going, boys? How you going?
Good, buddy. What do you got?
Oh, well, as I'm being a long-time Leicester City fan, I'm going to say 2016 Premier League.
Yes.
The miracle.
5,000 to 1.
Miracle.
Yes.
And it'll never be done again, unfortunately.
Wow. That was incredible. Tell us why it happened, you reckon, Frank?
They were like a ragtag amalgamation of all these other discards from other teams.
Yeah.
And there's a few players they got an absolute bargain, like Mahrez and Kante.
Yes.
And bargain bait, and now they're playing at Chelsea and Man City.
Wow.
But the irony is, 6 months into the following season, we sacked our manager, Claudio Ranieri.
For a
Because it
miracle.
looked like they were going to go down. Yeah. So the miracle's up and downs, and, they put me on a great ride, and it'll never be done again.
Well done, Frank.
Yeah, that's worthy.
Yep, cherish it.
Just back to Dizzy, I just quickly Googled it. He got 200 off 425 balls, 574 minutes, 26 fours, 2 sixes.
That's patience.
He also got 8 for. He was player of the match and player of the series. If he played them
Am I right in saying he never played another test for
No,
Australia?
that was his last game.
That was
That
his
was it.
last test.
Yeah, but that was it.
On the back of that performance.
And he came in at number 4.
Jeez, I hate to see if he failed.
Hello, Johnny.
Howdy, fellas. How you going?
Good, John.
Regarding the Crows Thebby redevelopment proposal, can you tell me how many people actually go to these consultation meetings that are against the development? Like, what sort of numbers are we talking about?
A handful.
Handful.
Couple of dozen.
Yeah. So okay, a couple of dozen. Let's say there was 5,000 that actually went there, right? Which we know there isn't. Which represents 92% of the West Torrens population don't really care. So there's 8%, if we're talking about the 5,000, that are against it. Why does this state pander to the absolute minority when it comes to major developments? We know the Adelaide Oval development wouldn't have got done unless government intervention, right?
Mm.
And we're talking about 10 trees that are probably going to that can be replaced, and probably there's going to be a replacement of even more they're going to cut down. But why is it that there is nobody in this state, either at government level or council level, that has the spine to say, you know what, there's some money to be made here, it's going to create some jobs, it's going to create more green space, and nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. If there was something that sums up Adelaide as a city, it's the LaCornews O'Connell Street site that sat for 30, and it still sitting for 33 years empty. That sums up Adelaide and the way it operates.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
nobody in this state that has the gumption to stand up to the absolute minority and say, we've listened to you, this is what we're going ahead with because it's a good thing for the state.
Yeah. No, I hear you, John. I'm right with you. I mean, I reckon that one-way freeway says hello. I reckon the retractable lights.
The one-way
because
freeway
the North Adelaide
wasn't
residents.
expressway. That wasn't about people. That was about
money.
Not enough money.
Yeah,
at the
but I
time.
mean, us doing that. I mean, honestly, we were
Yeah.
the laughing stock of the world. The
Yeah.
retractable lights at Adelaide O says hello.
They don't
North
retract.
Adelaide residents.
Not
Well, they
at all.
never
No,
did.
no.
Cost thousands. But just on behalf of, and fancy me sticking up, John, for the 5031 Action Group, there may be a half a dozen of them that are the agitators, but they're representative of all the residents in that zone. So they would say let's say it's 10,000. They're representing 10,000. They're not all going to get out and, glue themselves to tree and, strap themselves to bulldozers, cab power dozers and whatnot. But I'm with you, John. It gives me the absolute irrits. I think it's our Achilles heel as a state. We're the laughing stock because of that. John, well said. Love your call. Hello, Sam.
Good day, how are you? Just two quick things. My favourite one was Scotty Hodges in the 94 grand final.
Unreal.
That was, you can ask Timmy about that. He would have had a good view.
Yes.
And another thing, it was a true story about Brian Lara, how he named his daughter Sydney because he made his first test in Sydney.
Correct.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
What would have happened if he made it in Lahore?
That wouldn't have. No, I don't think it would have done the same.
Or did you dump that?
Yeah, no, that's not appropriate.
Yeah, okay. So but the Scott Hodges point was a good one.
Scott Hodges.
That was a great individual performance.
When I sat next to Brian at the SACA chairman's, I might have even asked him that question.
About
and he would have,
the
no
naming
matter
of his daughter?
No matter what city he did, he would have named it after that.
No, well, there you go.
Now, this Indian city has got a little bit... Is it Indian or Pakistan? We're not going to mention it again.
Doesn't matter.
I tell you what, Scotty Hodges, talking about him, I mean, God, he used to win games off his own boot just for kicks. His 1990 grand final wasn't bad.
It wasn't
kicked
bad.
6 of that one.
Yes, correct. And, he kicked 7 in 96 as well. 7 got 5, I reckon.
He won 8 grand finals?
Yeah.
He's a great...
Yeah, absolutely. And could turn it on. So, definitely the Maxwell of my era, let me tell you. Port Adelaide performances.
His 1990 season, I'll never forget that.
No.
153 goals in the end. He needed 3 to beat Jumbo in the granny and got 6.
Yeah.
I know his stats better than he does.
Never seen anything like it.
He is...
That season was incredible.
Unbelievable.
3 minutes to 5. We've got the news coming up, and then where are they now?
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Mawson Lakes Mazda's 2023 Play Clearance Sale is on now. Discover amazing deals across the entire range, including free on-road costs on all cars. That's right, free on-road costs across the entire Mazda range. Hurry in to find your perfect model and colour. The sooner you get to the showroom, the better your chance of scoring your dream car. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city, Salisbury Highway.
The 2023 Multicultural Festival is on Sunday the 12th of November in Victoria Square, Tundanyanga, Adelaide. Brought to you by the State Government, this festival celebrates South Australia's diverse community and cultural harmony. Come along and try a new international cuisine, learn a cultural dance, watch amazing performances, or get creative with traditional arts and crafts. A day for the whole family. Entry is free too. Gates open at 11 a.m. Find out more at multicultural.sa.gov.au.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Every time you see our bright yellow trucks in your area, we're helping out your neighbours. We can help you too. So for the best plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling work, call Service Today 24/7.
Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Call 1300 Service.
IKEA is here to help turn your dream home into your real home. Discover new lower prices on over 1,000 of our favourite items, from beds to sofas and everything in between, like sofa beds. Make it happen today with IKEA.
I was just doing my job. I didn't think I'd get injured.
The doctor said it was a routine procedure? Right.
The car came out of nowhere and it smashed right into us.
At DBH Lawyers, we're here to listen to your story. Our team of local South Australian lawyers will help you navigate the law and find the best way forward. We're with you. We're for you. We're DBH Lawyers. dbh.com.au.
Hi, I'm Tim Angove from Supercraft Betting. 5AA contacted me. I made some time to meet with them. I got on really, really well with Emma. She worked very hard to get my attention, but also really suit the message that I really wanted to display here on 5AA. During COVID, manufacturing became front of mind to everyone, but we really needed to mention to people who we are and where we are because people had lost contact with us. 5AA really brought that contact home and really got people rocking up at our doorstep almost immediately. I highly recommend small businesses especially to get in with 5AA. They're very much South Australian, just like us.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Clear tonight, sunny and 29 tomorrow. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Police were called to a fight at a northern suburb school at lunchtime today. The school was in lockdown for a short period to ensure the safety of other students. Some involved in the fight received minor injuries. It was not a random incident and all people are known to each other. A 26-year-old man from Parafield Gardens as well as two 15-year-old boys from Mawson Lakes were arrested. They've been charged with aggravated affray and aggravated assault. All have been bailed to front the youth court at a later date. Optus services are gradually being restored after an outage affected up to 10 million customers. Michael Packey has more.
Individuals, small and large businesses, including the banks, hospitals and other public services, have been part of the biggest telecommunications blackout the nation has ever seen.
It's one big hiccup we didn't need this morning.
I couldn't make the meeting this morning. It was supposed to be an online meeting, so I had to come into the office today for it.
Optus services went down in the early hours of Wednesday, but Chief Executive Kelly Bayer Rosmarin says the company is still working out what went wrong.
This is a very unusual occurrence. We're deeply sorry that it occurred.
Optus is playing down suggestions of a cyber security breach, but the federal government is now looking at a course of action which may force the telco to pay compensation to affected businesses.
A leading pollster says anger is starting to build against the federal government, putting Labor in danger at the next election. Analysts believe voters are blaming the government for the latest interest rate hike. Over the past year, many households have seen their average mortgage repayment increase by around $2,000 a month. Redbridge director Cos Samaras says cost of living is biting.
The danger for the Commonwealth Government is that they cannot sit by and just let the RBA run this, because the Australian public expect to see something from their political leaders with regards to an issue which for many of these households is the worst economic experience they've had in their life.
The NAB and Westpac have now moved on the rate rise, both announcing increases on the back of yesterday's jump. The Assistant Treasurer says he's putting the superannuation sector on notice over reports some funds are taking months to pay out deceased estates. The Australian Financial Complaints Authority says complaints over super delays have tripled in the last financial year. Stephen Jones says funds have until December to improve or they'll be penalised.
Frankly, it's right across the board. There's no great sector, to be honest. Whether it's industry or retail, there's no great sector. No one's kicking it out of the park. They're on notice. They've got to lift their games. Otherwise, they can expect some regulatory intervention here where we'll be lifting by force the standards across the board.
A telescope built by a European space company is capturing razor-sharp images of galaxies 240 million light-years away. The pictures are shedding light on the dark and until now unexplored corners of the universe. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the new Paradox Rift Pokemon trading cards at Sports Card World, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Western Bulldog star Marcus Bontempelli has undergone ankle surgery after scans revealed he had bone spurs. Jordan Tunbridge reports.
Marcus Bontempelli did the media rounds today promoting his new children's book and was surprisingly on crutches. The Western Bulldogs captain revealing he underwent off-season ankle surgery upon his return from a holiday.
Yeah, a couple of days ago. It's in a soft cast, so it's just a little ankle clean out.
He'd been experiencing swelling after training, with scans revealing a few minor bone spurs.
I think it was in the best interest to just go through and clean out a little bit of cartilage and just make sure it's all nice and tidy.
Doggies fans can breathe easy. The Bont insists he'll be back into full training by Christmas.
I'll be running in a couple of weeks. Be back running. Yeah, they're pretty swift nowadays.
Cricket and Glenn Maxwell's Australian teammates are describing his heroic knock against Afghanistan as the best one-day innings of all time. He belted an unbeaten 201 from 128 balls to push Australia to a 3-wicket victory over Afghanistan. At one point, Australia was still 200 runs short with just 3 wickets in hand. Captain Pat Cummins watched the innings from the bowler's end and says he just had to survive to keep Maxwell in the middle.
It's just like, it looks so easy. I'm up the other end and I don't see any gaps in the field. I don't see where I'm going to score a boundary, and then it seems like every time he hits his bat he just runs away for 4.
And AC Milan, Manchester City and Atletico Madrid have all picked up wins on match day 4 of the Champions League. Barcelona suffered a shock 1-0 loss to Ukrainian club Shakhtar Donetsk. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Stay cool. Service your aircon at Automasters. And keep cool with Cool Now, Pay Later options.
G'day, there are breakdowns to look out from the drive home at Paynham, Portrush Road near Paynham Road. Salisbury Downs a crash, Salisbury Highway near Spains Road, and Mile End another collision, Henley Beach Road near James Colton Drive. In the Parklands, really slow at the moment. That's due to Bartels Road being closed for the upcoming Vale 500 between Hutt Street and Kettlebrook Terrace. And we've got a Cameron McGill Road at McGill. 30 days, 30 deals is back at Macca's. A new deal every day for all of November. Like a cheeseburger for only $1. You don't want to miss these deals. Only on the My Macca's app. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, down to 11, sunny and 29 tomorrow, sunny and 37 on Friday, Saturday partly cloudy down to 24. Right now it's 26 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, Optus slammed over its national outage. How to claim compensation. Police protection. 2 Adelaide cops investigated over the arrest of a frail care home resident, but we're banned from showing you what happened. Armed and disguised. See a city jewellery thief's heist. And calls to stop kids playing contact sport. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowan and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
7 minutes after 5 on this Wednesday evening. Coming up on the show this hour, we're going to speak to AFLW CEO Nicole Livingston. We love your calls as well. We've got lots to give away. $50 Powers voucher and an Adelaide 36ers family pass still to do. Don't miss the New Look 36ers. They play the Jack Jumpers this Saturday night. Hottest ticket in town, so that is to come. But it's time now for Where Are They Now? Get a Walco blankie for your pool this summer and save water, evaporation and money. Go to walco.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Each and every Wednesday we love this segment for Walco. It's an absolute beauty. This time we're strolling down the memory lane of Woodville, South Melbourne, West Torrens and North Adelaide. A career that mustered up 281 games and 753 goals. Yes, he could kick a goal. Don't worry about that. I talk of none other than John Roberts. G'day, Johnny.
G'day, Tim. G'day, Stephen. How you going?
Excellent, my friend. Excellent. So, debuted way back in 1974 with Woodville. I looked it up, mate. You would have only been 17 years of age when you made your debut. That would have been pretty daunting. And what sort of names were in that team?
Back in those days, well, Phil Malin and myself both debuted in that year. We'd played Colts the year before. You had Frankie Stemper and Johnny Girardi, Ralphie Seward, Johnny Cummins.
Yes, legends.
They were all stewards of the club.
Yeah, mate. And you had a really good career there. Played 74 right through to 79, and then you went over to South Melbourne. But were those years pretty good? And were you there the year they played finals for the first time under Johnny Goodingham?
Yeah, Barry Goodingham.
Oh, sorry, Barry, yeah.
79, I thought we were going to kick on from there, but it all went wrong after that. But, 79, we had a pretty good team. Ralphie Sue, of course, did his knee playing for the Fire Brigade the week before the finals, and Phil Martin got cleaned up in the first minute, so we were back on our haunches within the first minute of the game, basically.
Yeah, so, that was the year, though, you decided that you would give it a go at South Melbourne?
Yeah, well, I got approached by South Melbourne, and Woodville didn't seem to want to I think they thought I was just going to stay. I love the club, and anyway, South Melbourne said, "Look, if you sign, you can go on our pre-season trip to Bali."
Well, that'll do it. Johnny Roberts, that'll do it.
Geez. I said, geez, I haven't been overseas yet. So anyway, I fell for the lure and
off you went.
Signed up, and the rest was history.
Is it true that Barry Round sort of took you under his arm and said, "Come on the footy trip with me"?
Oh, I think you've been talking to someone, but yeah, what happened was so we were sponsored by Just Jeans, so with these beautiful red Just Jeans shirts and Just Jeans outfits, and we hopped on the plane to go to Bali, and it was a Garuda Airlines DC-10. If you know your history, the DC-10s were falling out of the sky. And Garuda, they just didn't tell anyone if their planes crashed. They thought no one had noticed. But so there weren't many people on the flight, and we took off, and I'm sitting next to Randy, being the new recruit, had our duty-free grog. Air hostess, they all took off, so I left to our own devices, and we had a lot of drinks, of course, as you do on a footy trip, even though it was January, pre-season. And I've nodded off, and I've woken up, with the bells ringing. We're going to land in Denpasar, and I've looked down on my beautiful red Just Jeans shirt, and the top pocket's full of vomit.
Oh, Johnny.
And I thought, oh, no, this is not a good impression, and so I've dived between my legs for the bag, and that's got the same decoration. And Randy said, "Geez, Robbo, you were nice and crook." I looked over at him, and he had spew on his chin.
It was the great.
You got framed.
He'd unloaded on me.
You got framed.
That's a great story. I went to Bali in '82 the first time. There was a clapped-out Garuda plane on the tarmac in Denpasar, and it didn't give you any confidence. It's probably still there.
No.
Hey, 135 goals from 50 games with the Swans. 1980, you kicked 67. 51, you kicked in 1981. You actually start at that level, Johnny, but you're only there for 3 years.
Yeah, well, so in '82 we became the Sydney Swans, but we still lived in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So every second Sunday we would fly to Sydney, play our home game in Sydney, and then come home on the Monday. And, of course, Sunday night we'd stay at King's Cross, but I don't know if that was a good idea. But anyway.
I think you know the idea.
Yeah. So the next year you had to either commit to go to Sydney to live or, on your horse and off you go. So I didn't want to go to Sydney. I'd been to Melbourne, didn't want to go from Melbourne to Sydney, so I came home. Maxie James, I think, did the same thing at the same time. And off they went to Sydney. And the story was, they said, when you go to Sydney, we'll have a job lined up for you and accommodation. So when they all arrived at the airport in Sydney, they got handed the Yellow Pages phone book.
Oh, you're kidding.
Wow.
Well, we're blaming you for Warwick Kappa, because if you had stayed, they wouldn't have got the bloody big, tight, shorted fella. Hey, on debut for South Melbourne versus Geelong, did you kick the winning goal after the siren?
Yeah, I got the winning goal after the siren. First game. Yeah, so the siren goes, I've just marked the ball, and all the people ran onto the ground, and 2 police horses ran onto the ground as well, standing the mark.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, true story.
So they weren't there to protect you, they were there to, make sure nobody got the bloke on the mark.
Well, I think they were Geelong policemen, so it was that Geelong, so I had to kick it a bit higher than normal.
Yeah,
you had to kick it over the horses.
As well.
Oh, that's
true
unreal.
story.
It's
on YouTube these days, actually.
Wow.
Get out.
You're going to have to go back and have a look at that. That's amazing. Because another record that you've got is you have the record for the most goals ever kicked by anybody at Football Park. 16 of them in 1977 against Centrals. You'd only been 20 years of age.
Yeah, I was 20. I was playing fullback at the week. Well, had been playing fullback for the season and a half before that. And Woodville had been. They actually didn't have a bad team that year either. But they'd hit with a lot of injuries, and we were starting to get slaughtered. And I said to the coach, "I'm really not enjoying the footy, and I'm at fullback. I'm actually getting a sore foot from kicking in." But anyway, he said, "We'll give you a run up forward. You played full forward when you were a junior, so they put me at full forward." And the second game in, I kicked the 16 and had an amazing day out, really.
Fantastic. That's incredible. Amazing day out. Did you miss any kicking 16?
16-3 and 2 out on the full.
Come on, Johnny, you're better than that.
It was windy. That's amazing. Hey, mate, when you finished at South Melbourne, you came back, but you went to Woodville, but you only lasted the one season at Woodville. And I think Blighty was back as coach by then. And I know there was Bobby Beecroft and maybe Trevor Pearson maybe was still there. But was it a case of too many forwards or spoil the broth? Or?
It just didn't work for me with Blighty. And, I think there might have been too many forwards and it just didn't work for me. I was happy to leave. As much as excited as I was to come back, I was just as excited to get out of the joint.
Yeah, okay. So you end up at West Torrens. How did that happen?
Well, I actually spoke to Norwood, and I thought I was going to Norwood, and that never eventuated. And then,
Damn it! So
Torrens came along and offered me a gig, and so I went there and played 3 years there.
And some pretty good years and good people, obviously, at the West Torrens Footy Club. But were you, in my memory, I think you were part of that Grenville-Dietrich swap, weren't you?
Well, I don't know if it was a swap. I know Grenville went to Torrens, and then an old mate of mine, Michael Flynn from high school and under-17s at Woodville, rang up and said, look, how'd you like to play at North Adelaide? And I thought,
Flinny.
I've played in one losing elimination final in 13 years of my career. So I said, I'll give it a go. And anyway, picked up a flag in the first year and 100 goals. And
Ken Farmer medal.
Wish I'd woken up to this about 15 years ago.
Oh, you had a remarkable season that year. I remember it vividly. Can I just quickly go back to 83? So you sounded like you're disappointed there were people there that didn't make you enjoy your footy. Elaborate more on that.
Oh, look, I think you sort of touched on it. It was, you had some big name forwards. You had 100 goals. Trevor Pearson kicked 100 goals a year before when bottom. I mean, I didn't see that because I was in Melbourne. How the hell did he do that? Bobby Beecroft was all Australian full forward. Then you had Blighty. I don't think there was room for Blighty and too many others in the forward line.
Okay. All right.
Being diplomatic.
Yeah, well done, Johnny. Now, I want to talk about your North career because that's when I remember you the most. You were at an amazing time there. You had Darren Jarman, Andrew Jarman, Hart, Klomp all feeding it down. You kicked 111 goals in that premiership year. Won the Ken Farmer medal. Yep. Tell us about that style of footy. Just suited you, Johnny. You were an explosive, hard at it, fantastic hands. North Adelaide was set up for you, Johnny Roberts.
Well, yeah. I mean, as I said, I didn't know how good life could be as a footballer, being at a good club. I'd always been at battling clubs when I'd played football. Probably the second bottom was as high as we got.
Wow.
So then all of a sudden I'm playing in a team where you've got Darren Jarman, left or right foot, and Hardy putting it out in front of you in the right spot. And the other thing is the ball's coming down more often. So law of averages says you're going to get more kicks anyway. So it was just a pleasure to be there. And Mick Noonan, well, in my career I rated him as the best coach I had by a long way. Yeah. So I was blessed. And it was just luck because I'd retired mid-season the year before. I said, that's it, I've had enough. And, got coached out of retirement and premiership and, finished my career with a bang.
Tell us about the 87 flag. I think you kicked 5 in the end, didn't you?
Yeah, 5 in the grand final. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Michael Parsons got 6.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, well, it was a big win too. We had it sealed at probably quarter time, really. And it was against Glenelg, who'd beaten North the 2 previous years.
Correct.
And they came from 5th, and I'm there, oh, my God, we don't want Glenelg in the grand final, but every other North player did. Yeah. They wanted to settle the score, so, they did.
Yeah, that's a good point, too, because they had sort of beaten up on you a couple of times there, and by all accounts, it was like, we're not going to take it this time, and there's going to be a couple of blokes who will defend the territory stoutly, and they did exactly that, didn't they?
Yep, that's right. The 2 big ruckmen, Parsons and Redden,
they took care of it.
They made it, no mucking around, and it got a bit fiery, but but we just put it beyond doubt early, so fizzled out fairly quickly. Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about Mick Noonan. He was a master tactician and, like you said, a very good coach. But he did, like to keep you disciplined and, keep you alert and all the rest of it. Is it true that one night you were in the goal square maybe discussing other things and Mickey called you in?
Well,
And
Hello, you've been researching.
Hello, Johnny. Come on.
Can you tell us what you were talking about and who you were talking about it to?
I was in the scoreboard pocket, a bit dimly lit with Wildy. We were talking shares, and Mickey Noonan said, "Get there." And anyway, he wanted to know what the share tip was, but he said, "I'll rev you up, I'll warm you up." Made me do a few laps. So.
Oh, beautiful. Did you give him the tip or not?
Yeah, and it was no good as usual.
Oh, God, if I had $1 for every time Will said, I'm on the phone to Johnny Roberts, we got this tip. God, if I had taken every single one of them, I wouldn't have a house, Johnny.
No, that's exactly right. And I said the other day to David, I wish we'd never heard of shares. I wish we'd just stuck to real estate.
Yeah, good call.
Oh, you've done
Classic.
well, mate. You've done well. 281 games, 753 goals, just under an average of 3 goals a game. You've been an All-Australian Premiership player. What do you... I mean, easy, the flag's your highlight, but when you look back at your career, no regrets?
No, look, you know what? And a lot of people, a lot of players will say, probably should have played another year or maybe even 2.
Yeah.
Probably retired a little bit too soon.
Yeah, you're barely 31, were you? Or 32?
88, yeah, would have just clicked over 32.
Yeah.
In those days, that's what sort of... You were getting old then. These days, they still kick around at 33 and 34.
Well, they're earning $1 million a year, Johnny. You'd still be playing now.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Do you watch the modern game? Do you like it? It's not played like how we used to, is it?
I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
If it's a team I'm supporting or I've got an interest in, it's enjoyable for me. But I don't watch the other games. I just think it's too quick. There's not a lot of high marking. Just hasn't got some of the stuff from the old days that you'd like to see. You can't touch them. You can't. 1 week you can push them in the back. Next week you can't. I think there's no consistency.
No, I know. Timmy asked Neil Craig this question, and I'll jump in. He probably was going to... You loved Woodville in the early days. You went back then, it wasn't quite good. You went to South Melbourne, we know about that. West Torrens and North Adelaide. What's home for Johnny Roberts?
Well, funnily enough, I probably am closest to the North Adelaide boys.
I thought that.
The end of my career. Having said that, I catch up with the Woodville boys every year. We'll have a reunion and still close mates with Ronnie Fuller. Yes, but Wilds and Big Reds and a few others, keep in touch with them.
Yeah, Johnny, is that the Ian Dettman one that he normally organises?
Well, yeah, Ian Dettman had one. I didn't go to that one. There's one that is out. They usually have on North Terrace there every year around September, August, September. I know Dedo did organise one this year. I didn't go to that one.
Are you back here now? Weren't you in Geelong?
No. Always Adelaide boy, 3 years and then back here.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, so if you do want a reunion, I go to the Alberton sometimes with Chesty Reardon, Ronnie Fuller, Ian Dettman, Ralph. So just come down there, Johnny Cummins. You just come down on a Sunday, mate.
And Gatesy as well.
And Gatesy as well.
Yeah.
You'll have a reunion on a Sunday afternoon at the Alberton, mate.
Well, I should get down there, shouldn't I? I've heard a bit about it, and they raise some good money for good causes.
They do. Absolutely, they do. No.
Well, Johnny, it's an amazing career. You're as explosive as any, as hard as nails, could mark and run and kick and jump. Your record stands for itself, just under 300 games, and 3 goals a game is unbelievable with those clubs. You gave us a bit of heartache to hear that you could have been at Nord. It's probably either you or Neville Roberts. I'm not too sure how to go with that one. But
imagine that.
Imagine that. Johnny, well done, mate. You're a gun.
No worries. Pleasure having the chat.
Well done. John Roberts, our guest. And
he was
dead
no
right. What a
nonsense
career. Unreal.
Well, have a little
fantastic.
record.
And terrific fella.
Yeah.
Terrific fella. I'm glad he got that success at the end.
What a Wills is good, mate. So you talk about Johnny Roberts every time on the plane.
I rang him.
To Johnny Roberts. Oh, is that who gave you the mail? Oh, you did do your homework.
Well, you got to do your homework. It's all about prep, and it's all thanks to... Well, this is like your swimming pool. You got to do your homework there. Get a Walco blankie. That's what they'll do. They'll save you water evaporation and money as well. So get your pool a Walco blankie today. Enjoy the savings. Visit walco.com.au. AFL.com.au.
Back to your calls in a moment. It's 24 after 5. Let's check your traffic. Find your dream home at Rossdale Homes Display Villages. Location and times at rossdalehomes.com.au.
At Mile End, look out for a crash. Henley Beach Road near James Cockner Drive. Prospect, another crash there. Regency Road near Prospect Road. And in the Parklands, Bar Tolls Road is closed due to the upcoming Valley 500 between Hutt Street and Scatterville Terrace. Busy South Road at Theberton with a camera at Stradbroke Road at Newton. Get more zeros in your life with the world's biggest jackpots. Download Australia's own Lottery Office app and play now or visit lotteryoffice.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowie and Timmy G. Catch the 5AA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry. Now Tuesday nights from 6:30, thanks to TJM. Four-wheel driving? If you want to get there, you want to be TJM equipped. Nailsworth and Clovelly Park.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Rosanna Mangiarelli to the show. And Rosanna, Optus, down and out.
That's right, Tim. After almost 12 hours offline, Optus customers are starting to see their services restored, but it was an enormous outage, unprecedented. From SA homes to businesses, government departments, hospitals, so many affected. Question now is what caused the failure that sparked chaos for millions, and will affected businesses be compensated? Also, a woman who pretended to be blind has been charged over a daring daylight robbery at a city jewellery store. There's an anxious wait for mortgage holders after yesterday's RBA rate rise, so there's been no movement from the banks just yet, but adding to the worry is households are now being warned of another pre-Christmas rate hike. There's been a concerning spike in gastro cases in SA, schools, childcare centres all dealing with bouts of the nasty virus, plus why hay fever sufferers should brace themselves for a longer and more dramatic pollen season. We'll bring you all the details tonight at 6, Tim.
Thanks, Rosanna, and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News, tonight at 6.
Dreaming of a new car? Now's the time to make it happen at Solitaire Volkswagen. With unbeatable deals on new and demonstrator vehicles in stock now and ready to drive away. Visit Solitaire Volkswagen, Hawthorne and Medindi today. DL 65541.
The T2D project will boost SA's economy, support 5,500 jobs and upskill local people. We're shaping the future of South Australia. Learn more at t2d.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
You don't have to head south to taste your way around McLaren Vale. Just head north to your pals. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through the McLaren Vale region all under one roof. Whether you're a weekend sommelier or just know you like reds, talk wine with your pals and they'll introduce you to their best McLaren Vale pals. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Celebrate South Australia's culturally diverse community at this year's Multicultural Festival, Sunday, November 12th at Tartan-Younger, Victoria Square.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Right now it's raining free tiles at National Tiles. Yes, and an absolute first at National Tiles, we're giving away free tiles. Buy 3 metres of any tiles in our entire European range and we'll give you 1 extra metre absolutely free. There's no catches and no exceptions, but you'll have to be quick. So for your free tiles, rush into National Tiles now or go online before it's too late. Conditions apply.
This doesn't sound like a conference. This doesn't sound like a work trip. And this doesn't sound like team building. Because conferences and events sound different with Discovery Events. With amazing venues in special places across Australia, including Adelaide Hills, Victor Harbour, Nagambie Lakes, Rottnest Island and Byron Bay. Sound great? Visit discoveryevents.com.au, your destination for premier venues in unique locations across Australia.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
That's out there as well. Too easy. The local boy made good. They love him.
He's 11 short of 100. 7 to win. Another big hit on the leg side. It's another 6.
Oh, he gets it. He gets it. It's over. It's a 6. It's a century to save him. A champagne moment on New Year's Eve for Travis Head.
29 29 after 5, one of the many miracle sporting moments. That was Travis Head in 2015 on New Year's Eve. We've got a few people texting in on that. 82230000 is the number. We want your suggestions for some of the best, most amazing, once-in-a-lifetime sporting moments.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
Freak
exactly.
sporting moments.
Yeah,
Any
exactly.
sport, any level.
Well, there's a lot of unique homestyle food texts ploughing through, and Michelle Payne wins the 2015 Melbourne Cup. Prince of Penzance, 100-1, unbelievable. First lady to do it. Thank you, Terry. That is a ripper. I like that one. Also, my most unfavourite moment was when Johnny Wilkinson won the 2003 Rugby World Cup against Australia. That was an incredible match. I nearly smashed the TV, says Gary at Lower Light. He's so right. I was at a wedding, and the whole wedding poured out into another room to watch it, to see. And back,
he never missed.
20 years ago. Tiny little TV, we're all staring at it like this, and when he's hit it, you just knew it was going through.
He never missed.
Incredible performance. But look, Warney destroying the Poms at Adelaide Oval 2006.
I was there that day.
That was incredible when he turned a whole Test match around
in one day
on the little bit and just took it off him. And the biggest miracle when Stephen Rowe jumped off the Henley jetty and there wasn't a tidal wave.
Well, that's not even funny.
I think your mate.
Oh, mud guts. Hello, Russell.
G'day. It was a game I actually went to in 1972 at Adelaide Oval, and it's when Carlton took on East Perth, and Mal Brown, they lost. East Perth lost the game, but Mal Brown actually won the fight against the whole Carlton team.
He won on knockout. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that was a Champions of Australia game, I reckon. Yeah.
He was my coach, Mal. Did he wear number 100 that day?
No, I can't remember.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I reckon I would have remembered. I was only 10. But
None of them got to the 10 count, put it that way. Yeah.
No.
Jeez, they just kept coming at him,
About
and he kept
3 of them
knocking
went
them down.
Yeah, 3 swings, 3 hits, 3 downs.
I think they learned
We've
a
got to
lesson.
get Mal on.
Don't mess with Mal.
Well, let's do Mal Brown. Where are they now?
Oh, that's a
Look,
beauty.
he is a very, very smart, intelligent,
way ahead of his time.
Astute businessman. Self-made. God, he was before his time. I loved him.
I remember finding YouTube footage one day of the KG sports show on a Sunday, and John Cale's on the panel. He was coaching at the time, and they played a state game, and Mal Brown's on, and Mal Brown says, this game's not going anywhere until it's national, and we've got to get the best 4 teams from WA, best 4 teams from SA, best 4 teams from Vic, and we've got to put them in a national competition. He said that back in the mid-70s.
Yeah.
How smart is he?
Smart man.
And imagine if they'd have did it that way.
Yeah. 28 minutes to 6. Let's get into the headlines. More of your calls next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Millions of Optus customers are now back online in the wake of today's nationwide outage. A 26-year-old man and 2 15-year-old boys have been arrested and charged following a fight at a northern suburb school. COVID is having an effect on life expectancy in Australia, but we're still living longer than before the pandemic. And in sport, the Matildas are set to earn almost $100,000 more per year thanks to a new collective bargaining agreement that will provide players with a share of revenue that they help generate. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Stay cool. Service your aircon at Automasters. And keep cool with Cool Now, Pay Later options.
At Elizabeth Vale, breakdown on Main North Road near Blacktop Road. Salisbury Park, cars gone into a street sign, Saints Road near Fendon Road, while at Mile End, another collision, Henley Beach Road near James Compton Drive. Pretty busy in the parklands at the moment. That's due to Bartels Road being closed for the Vale 500. It's between Hunt Street and Kettlebrook Terrace. We've got a camera South Terrace in the city. The King end-of-year sale is on now. Save up to 50% on selected Australian design indoor and outdoor furniture. Sale on now. Visit the King Living Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
5AA weather, clear tonight, down to 11, sunny and 29 tomorrow. Right now it is 27. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
The Optus Twitter account says, we're aware of an issue impacting Optus mobile and NBN services and are working to restore services as quickly as possible. We understand connectivity is important.
Informing Adelaide.
Let's talk to Trevor Long. He's a wonderful vehicle tech expert. Trevor, good morning to you. Can you make sense of what's going on here?
I'm starting to get angry, I'll be honest, and I'm not even an Optus customer. This is the biggest telco outage in Australia's history. Right?
Wow.
The ramifications are enormous.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Rising cost of living pressures are hitting everyone, but some people more than others. If you're struggling with your home loan or credit card payments, there may be ways your bank can help, like lowering your home loan or credit card payments, restructuring the length of your loan to reduce them, moving you to interest-only payments for a while, or deferring them for a period. Don't tough it out on your own. Please, talk to your bank.
Australia's largest indoor caravan showroom now has even more to explore. Come into Dave Benson Caravans to see the new range of Victory caravans, plus a huge selection of Essential, Highline, Network RV and Cub campers with new features and layouts. We have over 100 new and pre-loved vans and campers, all undercover and all ready for immediate delivery, so you can enjoy your next getaway straight away. See what's available at Dave Benson Caravans, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn, or online at davebensoncaravans.com.
Here's a question for you.
Shoot.
When is a good time to organise a roof restoration, outdoor blinds, roller shutters or gutters?
Now.
Or any time with Focus Home Improvements. You see, Dave from Focus, well, he's the one that's just recently separated. So Dave has plenty of time on his hands. Call day or night, any time. And if he doesn't answer, just leave a message. Unless you read X, of course.
I need to meet Dave. I reckon that's...
He's a character.
It's a bit like... who do we have? Greg Ritchie.
Oh, Greg
Fat Cat,
Ritchie.
yes. Oh, I've divorced my wife. You know, she took the house, she took this, she took that. I love people that just move on.
Oh, he's fine.
And he's moved on very quickly, Dave.
He's doing Focus Home Improvements.
My wife, who?
Yeah, he can't even think
forgot
about
her first name. Good on him. Now's an opportune time to get in touch with Focus Home Improvements because he's a little vulnerable.
Yeah.
For price, he wants to look after you. If you want your roller shutters or outdoor blinds installed before Christmas, well, you've got to hurry up.
Oh, absolutely.
But he will make it happen.
And that's incredible, isn't
He
it?
will make it
Well,
happen.
how far away are we? Probably 5 weeks. The added bonus is by acting now, you'll get free installation. Yep, I'll say it again. That's free installation of your roller shutters, outdoor blinds before Christmas, but you have to act now.
Yeah, well done, Dave. Love you, mate. To arrange a free, no obligation quote, visit focushomeimprovements.com.au. Call in, see Cheryl and Dave. Cheryl's not the ex, it's Cheryl and Dave. Dave's, you know, he's
owner, champion.
He's on his Pat Malone. Dave, do it at Focus Showroom inside the Colonnade Shopping Centre.
Hi, I'm Tim Angove from Supercraft Bedding. We're a small batch manufacturer of high quality mattresses. We decided to advertise on 5AA. Whilst discovering and chatting about our journey and our history, it was mentioned to us how cool it was that we'd made a mattress for the Queen. We never thought of exploiting it, but Creative really wanted to bring that to front of mind. It certainly brought us a lot of sales, but also a few giggles along the way. When people were commenting and quoting our ads, we knew that it was 5AA that were really assisting our sales. I highly recommend small businesses, especially, to get in with 5AA. They're very much South Australian, just like us.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes to 6. Nicole Livingston very soon from the AFLW. She's the CEO. Erin Phillips today announces the presenter of the Best On Ground award for the grand final, which is fantastic. And the Redbacks checking in at the Gabba very late on day 3. They are 7 for 121. But they lead by 242, so they're just scratching by.
Need another
target.
60, I reckon. They'll get it.
Yeah, that's what we need. And
Is Manenti still in?
Scratching
Manenti is out for a 3-ball duck. McAndrew's just at the crease. Harry Nilsson's 14 not out.
As long as Harry's there, we'd be right.
Yeah, 242. Those 60 runs are a long way away, I reckon.
Yeah.
Keep battling, boys. Keep battling. We're asking for, well, a Maxwell performance. Some of the great miracle performances you've seen, individual stardom or team stardom. We'll go to Scotty at Finland. G'day, Scotty.
G'day, guys. Sadly, she's actually passed away, but I was at the MCG in 2006 when Karen McCann at the Con Games ran past the Kenyan to win the women's marathon.
Yes,
I remember that.
That stadium erupted as she came down the straight, and that lifted her over the line to beat the Kenyan and get the gold medal.
Wow. What a performance. And imagine coming into a stadium and passing. That is just got to be... You'd be lifted by the crowd. That would lift you over the line, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Unreal.
Let's have a listen to some of that.
This is something to savour, something to remember for the rest of your life. For everybody here, on their feet, applauding Karen McCann. Helen Sharona, what a battle. But Karen McCann defends her title and goes back-to-back and wins the gold.
Special stuff.
Well, she was awarded in 2015 Sport Australian Hall of Fame the performance, the greatest sporting moment. She won a 02 gold at Manchester and an 02 gold 06. I mean, she was an absolute star. How sad's that, Bart?
It is, isn't it?
Only young.
Yeah, too young.
Younger than me. Hello, Mark.
Hello, fellas. How are you?
Good, thanks, buddy.
1979. I don't know if you two were even born.
Oh, definitely.
I'm a 65 baby, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. 79 Phillips Cup final between Adelaide City and St George at Olympic Sports Field. Half-time, Adelaide City were down 2-0. They won that game 3-2.
Wow.
And our coach then was the late, great Raleigh Rassick.
Ah.
And he had invited one of his good friends from Sydney to present the cup, the actor John Waters.
Oh, really? Unreal. There you go.
And he presented it, and Dixie Deans wasn't playing that day. He wasn't available because he'd lifted his shirt a week before and got a yellow card, so he couldn't play.
For lifting your shirt? Oh, my goodness, the ref. God, we do
But
that
2
all the
weeks
time
later-
now.
And you get a card for it still.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
You're not allowed to take the
sorry.
top off.
Oh,
Yeah,
bugger.
2 weeks later, we played at Olympic Sports Field again in front of 28,000 people when we played New York Cosmos.
Oh, wow. And beat
And
them?
that team was the greatest player for Germany, France, Beckenbauer.
Oh, Beckenbauer. Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Stewart from Manchester City in England. Georgie Cignaglio, the international from Italy.
Wow.
And the second greatest player after Johan Cruyff from the Netherlands, Johan Neeskens.
Did they make a Adidas boot after Beckenbauer? Am I right in saying that? They made a boot for him?
For Adidas?
I reckon it was called Beckenbauer. Yeah.
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, I think-
Adidas. I think it was back in the Adidas days.
I remember the Copa Mundial.
Oh, yeah.
They were the best boots in the
you'll
world.
have. Mm.
Hey, Mark, great memories, mate. Thanks for that.
Beautiful.
Just on that, Nestor Irankunda got
Yes.
the second yellow, got the red
Correct.
card. As he's walking off after he gave someone a shove in the mouth.
They gave him a bit of lip.
They did. He took his top off.
Yeah, he got...
So could have he got another yellow
Yeah.
on top of that?
Correct.
He took his whole top off.
Might have got fined for that, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was all happening. It was
You're right.
all happening.
You're right, Timmy. The Adidas original men's Beckenbauer shoe. It exists.
Thank you very much.
No, you get a $50 Powers voucher.
Thank you. I will use that wisely.
Even Mark was impressed with that.
No, well
Hello,
done, Mark.
Justin.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, buddy.
So, back in the late 80s, Paul Sheehan, because I heard you talking about Paul Sheehan last week with your test team.
70s team, yep.
So, he was a teacher at Saints.
Ah, right.
So, and he got asked to fill in for the Old Scholars.
Oh, really? Did he play?
He played.
Wow.
He made a double century. He made 200. He hit... He hit 25 fours, 16 sixes,
16,
and made 4 singles, only to rotate the strike.
Of course he did.
So, anything that was a 2 or a 3, he wouldn't run.
Yeah, he is the big show.
That is awesome. The original Big
good
Show.
Story.
Great story,
Great
Justin.
story.
$50 power voucher for you, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
Now, I'm going to play a grab. Port President David Koch. He's a
I'm aware of
regular
it, yeah.
on our 5AA
Yes.
Brekkie team. He was on for the finance. He great contributor to Nova and 5AA with that. But he was on with David and Will. He said this about the AFL/reserves, VFL/SANFL development.
You know, you've got 14 teams developing their players on a level playing field, and you've got 4, the 2 South Australian clubs and the 2 West Australian clubs, who play in a competition that doesn't really develop their players as well as the other 14.
Now, I do scratch my head about that statement. The SANFL doesn't develop their players as good as the VFL comps. In other words, when you compare the two. So let's look at the two. Now, I know he's probably alluding to the restrictions that they get, top-up players. Well, Port's top-up player won your best and fairest. So it can't be that. Can't be you're winning every week, because I think it's not good for development if you're winning by 100 points every week. You're not. You finished 5th and lost an elimination final. You played in 3 grand finals in the period you became one club. So it's not as if you're dominating, and it's not as if you... I mean, I look at the NEFL comp, and they were winning by 200 points.
Yeah.
That is shocking for your development. So it can't be that. It can't be the rules, because the only rule that's different is the last touch. Would we agree?
No, the rules are great. I love the rules.
No, but I'm just saying. So he can't be saying it's the rules. He can't be saying it's the comp. He can't be saying, I'm sick of him running down the sample and using it as an excuse for his club's mediocrity.
Look, I think the wording was better done by Chris Davies and Matthew Richardson last week.
I agree.
When you look at it,
because they ran the fairness rule over it.
I go exactly. It's about the equalisation of it. But it's more so about how, like during COVID, they were all in hubs, and they were able to play team against team. But they'd say, "How many blokes you got fit?" And they'd say, "Oh, we got 15." Say, "All right, we'll play 15 as well." Mate, you could go out and play 15 versus 15.
James played for Geelong one game.
There you go. So that's the sort of thing that could happen because you've got that flexibility and going, well, we don't have to field 22. We don't have to find, extra players.
But do you reckon that's
like.
going to be better than playing in a sample competition against teams that are fighting hammer and tong to win each week and win that Thomas Seymour Cup?
I personally think it's just way overdue that you get 2 teams who have a AFL agenda to go and do that with other AFL clubs.
I agree.
That's the bottom line of this. That's the bottom line of this.
It's got nothing to do with development.
Yeah, I think you can jump off of that.
Your players aren't going to develop
track and
anymore.
Go back onto. Yeah. It's about
in the VFL
being able to do it as the other 14 clubs are doing it, so that you are all on the same page.
I just take it that he's just running down the sample again. Now listen, Koshy, if your board and your executive want to get out of the sample, be a first mover. Don't wait till 2028. Go.
Yeah, but as I said...
Stop running it down and go.
As I said to you last week, you've got to do that the right way. And you've got to do it the right way by the sample as well and make sure that all 3 parties...
We'll stop running it
AFL,
down.
your club and sample sit down and get that right.
Okay, we'll stop running it down.
I think they will.
They will leave.
No, they'll get it right. They'll get the exit right.
Okay. Well, let's hope so.
Have you say 8223 0000 is the number. Lines are open. Still got that $50 Powers voucher to give away, and the 36ers Family Pass. We'll do that very soon. Let's check your traffic. Find your dream home at Rossdale Homes Display Villages. Location and times at rossdalehomes.com.au.
Afternoon, a breakdown to look out for at Elizabeth Vale, Main North Road near Blacktop Road. Somerton Park, a crash. Brighton Road near Oaklands Road. Got a lane blocked on Brighton Road at the moment. And Salisbury Park, cars gone into a street sign at the moment to Saints Road near Fenton Road. Really busy through the parklands at the moment. Bar towards the road is closed for the upcoming Valo 500. It's between Hutt Street and Scatterwood Terrace. And we've got a camera at Bundy's Road at North Adelaide. From now until McHappy Day on Saturday, November 18, buy a pair of silly socks for $5.95 with 100% of the profits going to Ronald McDonald House charities while socks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowie
and Timmy G
on the 5AA Sport Show. Caroline Wilson joins the 5AA Sport Show every Thursday afternoon from 5.
Thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre.
Great range with manufacturer's warranties.
Harvey Norman Clearance Centre.
919 Marion Road, Marion.
Don't just get a forklift. Get a Toyota forklift. Right now, Toyota Material Handling is having a massive clear out of 2022 and 23 plated forklifts. Score great deals across a selected range of new Toyota forklifts currently in stock. Counterbalance and reach forklifts, walkie stackers and more. So if it's 22 or 23 plated, get a great Toyota forklift deal. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift. T's and C's apply. Offer ends December 31.
Tired of your rent and bills going up and up and up? Pump them down with EcoVantage. It's easy to switch your existing hot water system for an energy-efficient heat pump, even if you're renting. And thanks to federal and state government-facilitated subsidies, it could cost as little as $0. Start saving hundreds off your water heating costs. Hit up your landlord and ask for the EcoVantage switch. Visit ecovantage.com.au. T's and C's apply.
11 to 6 lines available. Love your interaction. That's what we're all about. Have you heard? Midkey is Australia's first non-monthly payments home loan. No monthly repayment.
No,
No.
don't have to worry about it.
They're the key to unlock your midlife.
Yeah, well, that's right. Mid-key, you only need to repay when you sell your property. So when your home value has increased, so that's the equity, you can access this value with a mid-key, even when your current lender can't.
Now, I know when you hear this, and I'm a bit like this, what's the catch? Well, according to mid-key unlockers like Liz, which is Elizabeth, I just tried to do it.
Yeah, that's nice, that. I like that.
Elizabeth from Brisbane, have a listen.
Well, Liz said, we're eternally
I'll do it in a
grateful.
squeaky voice.
Yeah, we're eternally grateful to Mid-Key. I made multiple loan applications before finding Mid-Key. Given our daughter a step up in life, that's what we're trying to do. So we've added to our house deposit. How good's that? It's fantastic.
And as a grandparent, that'd be the dream for me to help
out.
It's a pity I'm renting. To find out more, did you like that one? To find out more and become a mid-key unlocker, I can't become one, Timmy.
No, not until you got equity.
You can. Like Elizabeth and many others around Australia, just visit midkey.com.au. That is midkey.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Shop great value gifting this Christmas at Coles. Like half-price Cadbury chocolate-covered fruit or nut, 190 to 340-gram jars, now just $5 each. It's the perfect stocking stuffer. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Hearing Australia's new range has devices that are so discreet, people might not notice you're wearing one. They auto-adjust to reduce background noise, and there are also rechargeable options. For over 75 years, Hearing Australia has provided expert hearing care for all Australians, finding the right device to suit any budget and lifestyle. Search hearing.com.au to book your appointment today.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Medicines just got cheaper for a range of ongoing health conditions. Now, selected PBS medicines can be prescribed for 60 days, saving you money and time by giving you twice the medication for the cost of a single prescription. Here you go.
Thanks, Doc.
Ask your doctor if a 60-day prescription is right for you, or visit health.gov.au/cheaper medicines. Part of making Medicare stronger.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 6. Nicole Livingston after the news very shortly, but we want your calls. Miraculous sporting achievements. We want them. 822 300
Miracle.
We saw one last night.
Incredible.
Maxwell.
Glenn Maxwell.
From 132 to 201, did not move his feet.
It was...
He swished it like it was a samurai sword.
And like somebody had nailed his boots into the pitch.
Yep.
It was truly remarkable.
It was,
It was
indeed.
a freak of nature.
Well, we're going to get another one from Mark. G'day, Mark.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good,
All
buddy.
right, good.
Excellent.
Hey, one that came to mind was Kieran Perkins, Atlanta, 96,
yes.
1500 final, qualified in lane 8.
Lane 8.
Slowest time, and just absolutely blew the field away in the end. And I just remember I was at the time with my wife at the time, and we were shopping in John Martin's, and we went up to the TV section, and they had a little, when they used to have all the TVs blaring away there. And you go there, and they had the Olympics on, and then we just stood there for about a good 15, 20 minutes just watching an amazing feat of sport happen, and it was just incredible. And I remember when he finished, and we all looked at, and there was like maybe, 20 or 30 people there, and we were all just clapping and cheering, and it was just one of those moments where you think, far out, that was just incredible.
Oh, I think we witnessed something great that
was
day. No
magic.
doubt about that, Mark. I remember because I used to go for an early morning kick, warm-up sort of thing for myself, and then I'd coming back, I thought I'd get some petrol, and I was listening to it, the start of it on 5AA on the radio. We had the Olympics licence to call it. So I'm listening to it, and I'd stopped filling up with petrol because I ran inside, paid, got back in the car and sprint home so that I could see the end of the race. I said, you got to come and see this, you got to come and see this.
Yeah.
We went to the tally and
moment.
saw the last 5 or 6 laps. It was unbelievable.
Unique home-style food techs, keep them coming in. Greatest individual sporting moment, the 86 Davis Cup final, Pat Cash versus Mackay Pernforce. 2 sets down.
Oh, yes.
And he fought back. That was an amazing comeback win.
He was completely gone.
Gone.
It was an amazing game.
Gone. Greece in 2004, they won the Euro Cup final against Portugal, and Ronaldo was in tears. Not a fan of Ronaldo.
He's dropped away, hasn't he? I think just his last sort of efforts and at clubs just sort of got a little bit.
A little bit of
me.
Yeah.
A little bit of me.
Took his top off too much.
Yeah, maybe bought into the hype.
Yeah, when he did his weights in front of the mirror, he had a lot of oil on. I don't like those oily types. Messi would never have done that.
Those
no,
oily
and he hasn't since, so
No.
which has been great. Let's go to Matt at Gawler. G'day, Matt.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Yes, good, my friend. What do you got for us?
I just want to say first and foremost, I nearly went to bed, and I don't know what kept me up last night, but what a masterclass from Glenn Maxwell.
Well done for staying up, mate. Well done.
Not an individual performance by any means, but it took me back to Glenelg versus Sturt, 1986 Escort Cup, the impossible comeback.
Well, it's just a grand final.
No, it was the Escort Cup. It was a pre-season game.
Yeah.
But I think Glenelg were 1 goal to half time, and Sturt were all over them. And I think they kicked. Was it 13 in a row? They kicked in the second half.
Goodness me!
Whiz.
Gee, that's a memory. That's amazing.
They were incredible too.
And I think they won it by a point.
Okay.
Wow.
For memory, it was one of the impossible comebacks of all time.
Well,
and it just the goals just kept raining.
Justin's done a really good job in the producer's booth. He's just cut up some audio from the very game. Have a listen.
Tony Hall, now Jim West, unbelievable excitement, he's left it through! The Bays have won! Goal number 3, unbelievable! The greatest fight back since Gungan in!
Go back to him.
That
Matt,
was amazing, Matt.
Matt, memories.
That would be right in your wheelhouse, gentlemen, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In those heydays of the AFL.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember that one.
Yeah, well, I definitely played in that series.
Just on that, Matt, were you an Escort smoker or a Winnie Red or Winnie Blue? Because no, you had to be one of the three.
No, you didn't.
You were on the Gaspers back
what
then,
about
Matty?
B&H?
No, I was 3 years old in 1986.
Thank God you didn't.
So I won't comment on
right.
that. But my old man was a staunch Glenelg supporter, and I would have been there with a Glenelg hat and scarf, and probably sitting on my old man's shoulders watching him.
Beautiful.
Well, Matt,
just go crazy.
Happy 40th for this year, then.
We're all getting a little bit older. I'll promise you.
Good on you, Matt. Good
Congratulations,
math there.
mate. Good work.
The old Escort. I mean, how things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Cricket was the Benson and Hedges.
Correct.
Ours was the Escort Cup.
Cup,
Then
correct.
there was the Winnie Red, the Winnie
Oh,
Blue.
yeah.
Did you ever have a packet of Winnie Red, Winnie Blue underneath your sleeves and your...
Those lolly ones. Remember those lolly
did you?
ones? Yeah, I used to have those.
Did
but
you
that-
ever smoke?
Oh, no.
No.
Stunts your growth, apparently.
God, oh, God, you must have.
Must
you
have been 100 a day.
You must have chain smoked. Hello, Frankie from Manapara.
How you going, boys? Greatest sporting moment for me is the 2004 AFL Grand Final and the 2017 AFL Grand Final.
For different reasons.
Yeah, I think he's having a little giggle to himself there. I think.
Frank, Timmy Ginniver's the only port man that can laugh at his own jokes.
Oh, no.
Don't you go laughing at your own self, mate.
It's not a bad habit,
Enjoy,
Frank.
boys.
Yeah,
Good on you, mate. Not a bad habit, let me tell you. Hey, you got a unique home style for
That
you.
actually was funny.
Text says, hey, Juniper, you got any tips for tomorrow? I'm cashed up after yesterday's effort.
Well, have you got one?
Nah,
But
not
just
yet.
repeating that,
Not
we
yet.
started the show with, if you want a sweep, you got some spare
Yeah, you got
cash.
$5 or
The
something.
last at Morphy,
Yeah.
race 10, I
Yep.
just said to Timmy, just off the cuff,
Pick one.
look through the form guide and pick one. And you did.
Yep.
You picked one.
Yep. Old Time Rock.
The number 2 horse.
Correct. Got
Old
up.
Time Rock.
Won round about 650, and a lot of happy people like that particular text.
You
so-
are their favourite person.
Yeah.
But the key to it, and I was listening to Brecky this morning because they paid the highlights of it, and I said to Timmy, the most important thing, were you on it? And you weren't.
I won't.
Oh, you clown.
And that's what made
But
the
well
other
done.
people. I'm about giving.
Yeah, you are. You are. Hello, Dave.
Yeah, g'day. Just listening to Ports News that rang up. My highlights the 2007 Grand Final. At 119 points, shellacking Geelong
beating Port Adelaide. What an achievement that was.
Thanks, Dave. That was mine too. I didn't want to say it.
That phone call was always going to bring
come.
that phone call about. So there you go.
That's
One for one.
A rivalry is.
1 for 1. But let's get back onto Glenn
15
Maxwell.
all.
Yeah. Let's get back on it. The most incredible innings I think we've seen for a long, long time anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people saying ever as well. 1 minute to 6 news time. Nicole Livingston next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowie and Timmy G.
Hi, it's Peter and Justin Berkowitz from Berkowitz Furniture. Justin, I'm announcing our exceptional sale. What's exceptional about it? Customers save up to 25% on exceptional Norwegian brands like Stressless and IMG, and Australian brands which they can customise to their own exceptional taste. They'll save up to 25% across the store. Is there anything that's not on sale? Nope, no exceptions. That's exceptional. For a few days only at Berkowitz. The Furniture Family. Marland Homemaker Centre.
It's Black Friday month at Cheap as Chips.
Cheap as Chips.
Fan of savings? Grab a ceiling fan for just $57. Be blown away by a bargain when you score a petrol blower for just $87. Save $42. Give hair care costs a cut with 40% off Prinetti hair appliances. And save $40 on the Prinetti coffee pod machine, now only $59. Get Black Friday savings for the entire month of November at Cheap as Chips. In store and online.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Clear tonight, sunny and 29 tomorrow. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Optus says services have now been restored. Today's nationwide outage affected around 10 million customers. Tech expert Trevor Long has told Sky the telco needs to announce a make good.
A compensation here for businesses must be in the line with the losses today. If you couldn't accept payments today other than cash, you lost money. So Optus needs to have some responsibility in that. But for the average user, I don't see you getting much more than, a small discount on your monthly bill or perhaps a free data weekend or something like that.
Telstra and Vodafone are both reporting increased interest from Optus customers today, and the Greens have called for a federal parliamentary inquiry to examine what led to the Optus outage. Police were called to Kilpa on the Eyre Peninsula this afternoon after a person was found deceased. The body is yet to be formally identified. However, police are making inquiries as to whether it's a woman missing from Cowes since November 1. The death appears to be non-suspicious. However, police are still investigating and will be preparing a report for the coroner. A northern suburb school was briefly placed in lockdown today due to a fight. Police were called at lunchtime. A 26-year-old man from Parafield Gardens, as well as two 15-year-old boys from Mawson Lakes, were arrested and charged. All have been bailed to front court at a later date. It was not a random incident, and all people are known to each other. The Israeli Defence Force has now pushed into the heart of Gaza City, where it claims to have the leader of Hamas in the strip surrounded. Correspondent Carrie-Anne Greenbank is in Israel.
Israel's Prime Minister says the country's troops and tanks are now in the heart of Gaza City for the first time in decades. His Defence Minister claiming the Gaza leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar, is surrounded in his bunker. As top Hamas official Ghazi Hamad tells us Hamas is stronger than Israel thinks, mocking Benjamin Netanyahu's suggestion that Israel will take over the indefinite security responsibility in post-war Gaza once the ground operation is complete. The White House saying the US would oppose any reoccupation of Gaza by Israel's military. National Security spokesperson John Kirby saying it's not the right thing to do.
More Singapore Airlines flights are coming online. The carrier has announced it will increase flights from Adelaide to 10 per week from October 2024. The airline has already committed an additional 4 flights a week to Adelaide between December 2023 and January next year. Well, Patrick Dempsey has a new claim to fame. The 57-year-old actor, best known for the TV show Grey's Anatomy, has been named People magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for 2023.
It's great. It's fun. And it's a tremendous honor, It's good for your ego. And certainly at my age, it's really fun. I'm loving it.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the new Paradox Rift Pokemon trading cards at Sports Card World, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
The AFLW has announced record attendance numbers for the home and away season as it launches the finals series. General Manager of Women's Football, Nicole Livingston, says over 234,000 people attended matches across the 10 rounds.
The quality of the football this season has been some of the best football that we've seen in women's footy, and we've got an incredible final series ahead of us. Kids go free the whole way through our final series for AFLW, and there is a price freeze for adults for weeks 1 to 3 of the finals.
And Collingwood has parted ways with its AFLW senior coach, Steve Simons, after missing out on finals. Meantime, the Brisbane Lions have re-signed their coach for a further 2 seasons. Matildas and Socceroos players have been rewarded for their recent success in a record-breaking 4-year collective bargaining agreement. Melbourne Cup winning co-trainer Sam Freedman hopes Without a Fight returns to defend its Cup crown at Flemington next year. Freedman says the 7-year-old could not have pulled up any better from yesterday's win, but he's not sure when his next race will be.
He'll likely have a break. We plan to give him a break in Queensland after his campaign up there, and he was running the fence in the paddock, so he's a horse that really loves being in work. He loves what he does, so we'll see how he goes in the paddock, and then we'll come up with a plan for 2024, but yeah, I would think you wouldn't see him till next year.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Stay cool. Service your aircon at Automasters. And keep cool with Cool Now, Pay Later options.
At Elizabeth Vale, a breakdown on Main North Road near Blacktop Road. Somerton Park, a crash there. Brighton Road near Oaklands Road. 1 lane blocked on Brighton Road. And quite slow at the moment through the parklands. That's because Bartels Road is closed due to the upcoming Valley 500. That's between Hutt Street and Kettleville Terrace. Got a camera at Gage Street at Firle. More great specials at Foodland. 125 gram punnets of Australian jumbo blueberries, $2.95 each. Ends November 14 at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight down to 11, sunny and 29 tomorrow, sunny up to 37 on Friday and back to 24 on Saturday. Right now it's 26 degrees. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight's headlines: vision can now be shown of the arrest of a Sutton Suburbs care home resident that's landed 2 police under investigation. Optus has slowly brought its down network back online after a nationwide outage. And more than 170 schools to close tomorrow as teachers walk off the job. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now.
At IGA, you'll get everything you need this Christmas. Connoisseur Gourmet Ice Cream 4 to 6 pack selected varieties, $4.75 each, half price. IGA, where Christmas is made special for locals. Offer ends November 14. Participating IGA stores only.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. The Kluger 7-seat SUV with a brand new sophisticated design and powerful on-road stance. Your choice of an economical and powerful all-wheel drive hybrid engine or improved 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine. Plus, Toyota's latest safety technology designed to support safe driving. This 7-seater has flexible cargo space thanks to the folding second and third rows. Take a test drive of the new Kluger today at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Proudly celebrating 21 years of great deals.
Shane here from Adelaide Exposed Concrete. It was really simple. We were introduced to Ryan. He came out and seen us at our premises, which was great, so we didn't have to come in. He came out and seen us. Friendly, understanding what we were looking for, wasn't pushy, wasn't like one of these salesmen that comes in and just wants you to sign on the dotted line. Gave us the opportunity to talk about what we wanted, and from there the process was quite simple. Came in, saw the rest of the people that work at 5AA, sorted out some great radio ads, and from there it's just grown into what it is today. The process is really simple. It's not daunting, it's not hard. The people that work here make it very simple and very easy to understand for anybody.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 6, driving with Dixon coming up at 6:30 tonight. Charlie Dixon's motoring show. 8223 0000 is the number. Feel free to get involved in the show. Still taking your calls. $50 Powers voucher and a 36ers family pass up for grabs.
Well, Rowie, the 2023 NAB AFLW Final Series is about to launch. It's going to be huge. Adelaide with a massive chance of perhaps winning their 4th premiership. We've got the GM Women's Football on the line. Nicole Livingston, welcome.
Happy AFLW Finals. We're pretty excited after a ripper home and away season.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's been a lot happen, and seems like it's gone really quickly. But let's go back to the CBA. That was a marvellous, I suppose, outcome for you guys, wasn't it?
Well, just to have the long-term surety to be able to plan now, the players to know exactly what's on offer for the next 5 years is I guess, a relief for everybody in the industry. So up until now, we only had one 2-year deal in the first 7 years of AFLW. So to now have a 5-year deal is just incredible. It's actually going to I guess, change the industry in terms of the ability to be able to do things with, a lot more lead, to be able to, just think even about fixturing. The part of the discussion has been how late fixturing's happened, and part of that has been because we hadn't had the CBA agreed to. So it does offer us an opportunity to do some really good things.
You played the 10 minor round games this season. Part of, I suppose, the CBA would have been just how many games you can increase it to. Talking to players, they're keen to, play as many as they can. What will you think will come out in the next couple of seasons as far as an increase to the minor round?
So the home and away season is agreed to with the AFLPA in the CBA. So next year moves to 11 games. So we're not adverse to growth in the AFLW competition. What we are trying to do, though, is bring the fan base and the demand with us as we grow. Yep. Really important to make sure that we're doing that. And we're seeing, even this year, we're seeing some really great results. So we've achieved the highest attendance in a home and away for AFLW in history. So we had 234,000 people come along to watch AFLW. So did eclipse the previous best from season 7. So it is growing and the demand is certainly growing. But next year will be 11, and we'll do this in a way that it'll be around and be really strong for not only our players now, but their children and their grandchildren in generations to come.
Well done. That's attendances. What about the other KPIs? I guess membership's another one, and TV numbers, Nicole.
Yeah, so memberships are going very well. Year on year, there's been some good growth in membership. So our clubs have had the ability to really get behind. Last year, obviously, with season 7 and bringing in 4 new clubs, they didn't have the ability to really go to market for any length of time. But now the clubs can align the sales of memberships as they're going to market with their men's. They can go to market with their women's, or they can try to incorporate them. So that's up to the clubs with what they would like to do. We've had strong viewership as well. We don't do viewership until the very end of the season. Obviously, there's some delay with that. Obviously, on some of the platforms that take an accumulation of views over a set period of time. So it's going very well, and we're pretty pleased with how many people are coming to games and how many people are watching. But also, we don't just look at attendance and viewership of traditional broadcasts. We also look at things like social media engagement and digital engagement as well, and that's been really performing really strong.
Yeah, and what's your forecasting look like for and the evening out of the competition? The gap between, I guess, the real good, and again, it's not hard to see, it's Melbourne, Brisbane and the Crows again. I know North are knocking on the door, and the ones that just need more time just to play a bit better footy consistently, Nicole.
Yeah, I think, yes, we do have our strong teams at the top that are all foundation clubs. I'm just looking at that, except for North Melbourne, that came in a little bit later and recruited very well to start, mind you, and kept most of those players. So I think the fact that we had such a battle for the top 8 positions in our final, where any of the teams ranked from 5 to 13 could have made the top 8, does show that teams are performing better. And that gap is starting to close a little bit. But I don't know, I think now, looping back to the CBA conversation, we now have year-round contracts for our players. So I think players will also look at the opportunity potentially to go to other clubs, have an adventure, maybe take a little more pay to go somewhere else. So, that's yet to be seen. But I would imagine that players would be feeling probably a little more secure in taking the leap of faith to go to somewhere else, and maybe somewhere other than where they're from in terms of their home state. Yeah,
I was just having a look at some of the numbers that you're able to get as far as the CBA agreement went, and that was quite a significant increase to, I think, 32 mil for this season, which is a fantastic increase on a couple of years. So will that steadily grow over the next 5 years?
Yeah, it does, and the really incredible part about the CBA and wages, I mean, $32 million in player payments alone, that doesn't equate for the budgeting that we have for putting on match day and also travelling our teams. Most Olympic sports would love to have that kind of budget. That's just one season. But if you look at the average pay, when we first started in season 1, the average pay was $7,000. And so toward the end of this agreement, it's going to be sitting at around $87,000 for average pay. Yep. So, it's growing. It's growing very well.
And there was one point that was made. Clubs will continue to require to ensure that they get the minimum levels of medical, physical preparation for high-performance staff resourcing the AFLW. Is that been a bit of a lack of resource at the moment?
Oh, no, I think it's also considering that there'll be year-rounders now, year-round in the club. So previously the way it had worked is 7 months on contract, 5 months in off-season,
right,
where they did have some contact hours, 5 hours a week in the club. So to be able to have appropriate staffing, to be able to, help 12 month of the year players, I think is appropriate. The clubs are set up differently. Some clubs have a certain amount of full-time staff. Some have working across the men's and women's. It's for each of the clubs to work through that. But we do want to make sure that there's minimum standards. And when we talk about minimum standards, we actually want good standards to be able to help our athletes thrive in their club environment. And now with $1 million online every year, for the McClellan Trophy, you actually want to have your women's team firing as well as your men's team.
Spot on. Erin Phillips retired. She's going to be presenting the medal for Best on Ground on GF Day. How was that news received?
It was received very well, of course, with the natural follow-up question of when will the medal be named after her.
Well, I'll let that one go.
36 hours after she's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's actually here at AFL House today, so we obviously had our finals launch. We've announced that she will present our Best on Ground medal. We've also announced today that we will have a tribute and a celebration to AFLW retiring players. They need to, obviously, like the men's, reach a certain threshold, and the thresholds that we've gone for have been around All-Australian selection and winning of major awards, like our Best and Fairest. So clearly Daisy and Erin would be the two that would be honoured this year. Daisy will be away for the grand final, so Erin will be centre stage for that as well.
Wow. Crows finished top, Nicole. I think they'll account for Lions at home. Are they guaranteed a home prelim or grand final at Adelaide Oval?
Adelaide Oval is not one of our venues for AFLW 2023, so Norwood Oval is the venue that we'll be using. So, we've had those since the start of the season. We did announce a venue for every club that we would be committing to for finals and grand final as well.
Okay. See, Norwood Oval, what would that take, Timmy? 12,000?
Maybe 15, I reckon.
15
yeah.
if they squeezed in. Okay, so they make the grand final. That's it, locked and loaded, Norwood Oval.
Yeah, if they make the grand final as the top finishing team, they will win the right to host the grand final, and that would be held at Norwood.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be a big final series. There's plenty of teams in it. It's going to be a very exciting time. So, well done so far, Nicole. I think the girls will be very happy with your work so far. So, good work, and let's hope that the final series is a cracker.
And we'd love to see people out at Norwood this weekend. It's 2:35 your time on Saturday the 11th. So come and see this epic battle between the Crows and the Lions.
It's been going on for a few seasons now, but they always get a good crowd in Adelaide. You don't have to worry about us, Nicole.
They do.
Good on you,
Thanks,
mate.
Guys.
It's the GM of women's football, Nicole Livingston, just giving us an update on everything AFLW, but also the finals starting this weekend.
Going to be live on 5AA on Saturday afternoon there at Norwood. Quite incredible, the Crows and Brisbane Lions. They've got a great record against each other over, their 11th meeting in 8 seasons. Brisbane have the wood end over the Crows, though. They've won They've won 7 of the 10 previous meetings.
Wow.
So Brisbane do beat Adelaide.
Have Adelaide not
most
beaten
of the time?
Twice in grand finals, though?
They've beaten them in the 2017 grand final. They lost to them in the 2021 grand final.
Right. Good rivalry.
So, it is.
8 for 131, the Redbacks. They lead by 252. There's probably about 20 minutes of play left today and a bigger day tomorrow. Cue the Thunderclouds.
Uh-oh.
What have you done?
I don't know whether it's true. Timmy G, can you please, for God's sake, never let Rowie say we can't lose it from here. We're 8 for. I know he's a glutton, but not for punishment. I haven't mentioned it today. We couldn't lose from here. Of course we can lose from here, no name.
This is what you did yesterday.
Of course we could.
You actually went on day one. You went with it in the first innings.
You were tempted
to. 2 for 200, and you said we can't lose from here.
Well, exactly. We ended up, 5 declared for 359, rolled them for 238. I said it again then. How do we get ourselves in these positions? I think we get stage fright. The wind's there, we can smell it.
I know.
And then we choke.
Lost the whole top order, bang. Out they went. A couple of good, unique Homestyle Foods texts along our, Glenn Maxwell miracle performance. One here. Hey, Rowie and Tim, what about Walter Lindrum's record break in billiards? They actually had to change the rules of the game to try and control him. Yeah, well done, Charlie. That's a cracker. He was, they reckon, the Sir Donald Bradman of billiards. Changing the rules means you're dominating, and he did exactly that. Probably never.
Were you good at billiards?
No. I loved the game of snooker because we had a table and 8-ball, but I always liked the snooker game because I thought it took more skill to win because you had to pot of red, then pot of colour, pot of red, right down to the wire, and the best score.
What did you used to do when you get snookered behind the black?
I used to try and work on a swerve ball if I had enough room.
There's a gag there, we won't do it. He got read out once at a 20 past 6. We'll move on. Hey, the best Aussie Test 11 in the 1980s.
We'll do that
We've still got time, haven't we?
Yeah, bowlers.
Are the votes in, or we can still take nominations?
Well, here's some names that you might not have heard of that have come through. Names like Tony Dottermaid. Oh. Yeah. Carl Rackerman did go to the Rebel Tour.
Yep.
Johnny Maguire. What about Simon Davis? These are names that people just... well, this is what I'm saying. They all bowled in the 80s, but of course there's the
Dutchie
regulars
Holland
as well. Dutchie Holland, of course, yes. Very good spinner.
Has Alderman got a lot of votes?
Alderman dominating because of his 2 Ashes series were outstanding.
So did he get 40 in 2 or 3? 2. You were right.
I reckon 2. Yeah, 2. So, and of course,
that's unreal.
Swerve Mervyn Hughes will probably sneak in there as well. So Ray Bright's another one that appeared.
Ray Bright,
offie.
So we're trying to pick the best 80s team, and we're doing the bowlers today. So on the other side of this break, we'll take your very last nominations, 8223 0000, and then we'll read them out as we start to build that team up. It'll be completed tomorrow.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowie and Timmy G. David and Will invite you into the studio every morning with 5AA's live video stream of The Breakfast Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Energy providers are still emptying your wallet, but the good news is that now it's cheaper to generate your own electricity using solar and batteries. NRG Solar's expertise can guide you to owning your energy sooner. As a trusted retailer, they provide you with top-tier solar battery technology, complete with a 10-year warranty, blackout protection, and user-friendly apps for ultimate control. Fight back with NRG Solar and take charge of your electricity. Visit nrgsolar.com.au today.
Mawson Lakes Mazda's 2023 plate clearance sale is on now. Discover amazing deals across the entire range, including free on-road costs on all cars. That's right, free on-road costs across the entire Mazda range. Hurry in to find your perfect model and colour. The sooner you get to the showroom, the better your chance of scoring your dream car. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city, Salisbury Highway.
For over 100 years, Alfred James Funeral Homes has been here for families in their time of need. Alfred James Funeral Homes is built on a legacy of compassion, honour and service. We are always here, yesterday, today and tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, Alfred James has something new coming, a way to honour a life in the most extraordinary way, one that is truly out of this world. Alfred James Funeral Homes, honouring a life.
A lot of shopping centres are the same. Same predictable shops, same people. But if you want something new, check out Newton Central with Drake's, Barossa Fine Foods, Seafood Works, Target and many more specialty shops. It's the kind of centre where you can get some retail therapy, do the weekly shop, or gather all the fine ingredients you need for an impressive family feast. Want something new in your life? Choose a new local. Choose Newton Central, Gorge Road, Newton. Breaking news at Beaumont's, Australia's newest range of hard flooring has arrived. Luxury vinyl, heavenly hybrid, stunning laminate and engineered timber. And right now, buy 5 square metres and get the next one free. For all your flooring needs, you'll be happy you chose Beaumont's.
We the ready to break through, ready to drive it home. This is it. The 2023 NAB AFLW Final Series is here. Win or lose, it's your last chance to join us. Be part of the atmosphere. Cheer your heart out. You, the fuel that keeps us going. We, the teams that remain. Tickets are $10 and under 18s go free. Visit women's.afl/tickets for details.
IKEA is here to help turn your dream home into your real home. Discover new lower prices on over 1,000 of our favourite items, from beds to sofas and everything in between, like sofa beds. Make it happen today with IKEA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowie and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes after 6. Congratulations to a couple of our listeners, Matt at Gawler, and happy 40th, says Timmy, because you've won yourself a 36ers family pass to Saturday night's Tasmania Jack Jumpers game at home, which will be a huge game. Told us that story about the 86 Escort Cup.
Yeah, and he said I was 3 years old, so must be an 83 baby. Which means he's 40 years old.
And Russell at Turret Gardens, congrats as well. You can head along. You told us the story about Mal Brown back in 72, I reckon it was. So congrats to you guys. You're off to the 36ers.
Champions of Australia Carnival, that was. The best Test 11 of the 80s. We've had lots of nominations for the bowlers. So the only thing that's missing is a wicket keeper and a 12th man.
All right. So
okay.
We'll do that tomorrow.
You'll do that tomorrow. Just finalise it tomorrow. So we'll give you the top 5 batsmen again. Boone, Marsh, Kim Hughes, Dean Jones, Alan Border, captain. You then got, and this is what's happened from the
This is the
voting.
listeners and the phoning and the text messages.
Off-spinner and all-rounder at number 7, Greg Matthews.
Funky Matthews.
Yeah. Jeff Henry Lawson at 8.
Okay.
Of course, fast bowler. 9, Craig McDermott.
Okay.
And was the bowler of the 80s.
None of them could bat.
Number 10, Mervyn Hughes, which is understandable. And number 11, Terry Alderman, and definitely wins that spot quite significantly.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, I don't mind that too.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking list so far.
Not too bad at all.
You made a statement in the break and asked a question. Who was Warney talking about when he said can't bat, can't bowl?
Yeah, do you remember that incident?
I do.
And they blamed Joe the cameraman.
They did.
Yeah. So who was
So
the
I
player?
Googled it. The bowler was Scott Muller.
Ah, Scott Muller. There you go.
2 tests. He made 6 runs and took 7 wickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad.
God,
That's better than
that would be
the
a good
rating he got.
What do you do when you do those quiz nights?
Yeah,
That'd be a good quiz
yeah.
night. What do you call them?
Trivia.
Trivia night, yeah.
Who's the bowler that Warney belittled?
Oh,
can't bat, can't bowl.
Can't bat, can't bowl.
Can't throw, can't do squat.
Great sledge.
Well, there's a unique Homestyle Foods text here. It says, what about Glenn Trimble's debut in a one-dayer for Australia? He was a Queenslander at the Gabba. It turned out his dad was on the Australian Cricket Board. Well, that's one way of getting in.
Oh, God. Nepotism.
Hope that didn't happen, but yeah. And there's another one
That'd
here
be a
about
good topic. Nepotism.
Nepotism, my lord.
Who was the North Melbourne coach who played his son all those years? And Martin Pike.
Not Dennis Pagan.
Dennis Pagan played his son.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Apparently he was a peanut, but just
Yeah.
played him.
Wow.
Oh, mate, honestly.
Yeah,
that's too glaring, that, isn't it?
It's a little glaring.
It is a little bit
Yeah, I
glaring.
think
that's a problem.
Bit obvious.
Yeah. 28 after 6. Well done, boys. It's time for us to wrap this one up. We're back tomorrow from 4 o'clock, but Driving with Dixon is coming up next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Almost 400 schools will either be closed or offer a modified program tomorrow when teachers strike. The timing